Nice little intro music. It's not mine, but it's nice. Gents, I'll get in the chat in just a minute. Let's just chill for a second and vibe just a little bit. Can y'all hear that music all right? Mr. Hate Vicious, Master Wrench in the house. Blake the Rake, Warband member. Ain't you? Or did I get that one wrong? Populous Pimp, PPT, Master Wrench in the house. Good evening, men. How you doing? Can you hear that music all right? Holler at me. Let me know. There you go. You guys are something else. You know that? Let's get that down there just a little bit. There you go. I think we can get rid of that now. It's good to see y'all. You're going to have to forgive me, man. I'm tired as a motherfucker. Let me go back up to the beginning of the chat here and see what we got to see. Mouth agape ape. See you there. The Revenant. All right. In response to me saying 8:15. We're a little bit early. Coming on a little bit early, but that's all right. Carl Hammer showing us his toxic masculinity. Like Jordan Peterson says, what an appalling phrase. And it is. I know that you're joking. I know you're playing around. At least I hope you're playing around. But when that shit is used, when it comes out of the mouth of a female for any reason whatsoever, it's absolutely appalling. And people should react accordingly. Just my opinion. Tim Elgato, remember being toxic male is a good thing. Oh, man. Shepherd of Fire, good day, gents, and my fellow brothers of MGTOW. My hopes are you... what did I do? I fucked that one up. My hopes are you are well and on your paths to betterment. I think that's the only thing that we can really want for our brothers, for those men that are running the same footpath that we have had to run, putting all of this shit together, doing what we do. It's something else, man. Let me tell you what, 131 of y'all in the house, 63 Fonzies. It's all right, man. We'll get it up there. Kratos 70. Hey, guys. What's up, Kratos? How you doing, man? LIW 213. The hero will make his appearance. I don't know about all that now. Blake Abernathy, Hammerhand. You often say that people should have morals, ethics, values, and principles. How do you define these, and what to you is the difference between them? I don't define them. The best thing that you can do, go check out your dictionary. Look up morals, ethics, values, and principles. They share common traits. There is commonality. There is overlap. There is crossover, but they're not the same thing. And the best thing that you could do is hit that dictionary, get yourself a firm understanding of what that is, and see if you have any of those parallels in your own life. If you have them or if you lack them, that's what I would recommend. Ron Cole, someone is a little late. Now someone's a little early. A little bit early, man. A little bit early. Chris Sherman, evening, gents. Hope you are all locked and loaded. They are. I'm sure of that. I have no doubt in my mind. Cheers, by the way. Sorry about that. I fucking hate lip smacking. Merc 306. Hey, Hammer. What's up, Merc? Just wrench it. Hello, sir. What's up, man? How you doing? Caucasian Sasquatch. That's some shit right there. Hey, Hammer. What's up, man? Hill Bill. Hey there, Hammer. What's up, Hill Bill? How you doing, man? Good to see you guys. Harry Stokes. What's on your walls? G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes. Transformer posters. Racing posters. 65-inch TV that I never turn on. What the fuck? It's funny, man. I sit there and I look at that TV and I'm like, why don't I ever turn that thing on? It never comes on. It's going to have to here, man. I just launched today the Pop Culture Rocks Entertainment channel. I left a link in my community tab. I would ask a favor. Please run on over there and sub. The intro video to the channel is up. I spent a while working on that. Of course, all your thoughts are appreciated, whether I like them or not. And sub to the channel, please. The faster I get to 1,000 subs, the faster I can monetize that channel, which is what I want to do. I want to monetize that channel. I ain't fronting. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't going to lie to you. I want to monetize that channel. I need to start supplementing my income. I work my ass off. I really do. And what I need is to be here a little bit more so that I can get the job done. Any supplementation coming from these channels. I've also got the American Open Wheel Racing channel up and running. There's only a few videos on that channel. I will post a link to AOWR, and the link to the Pop Culture Rocks channel is already posted in the community tab. Do me a favor, take a peek at it, and jump on over there and sub to the channel. That way we can get shit rocking and rolling. Chinab, man. Yo, man. Yo. The 95th Phantom. Evening Hammer just got home from work. Well, damn. And then you got to have this motherfucker in your grill. Just coming home from work. That's a bad day. Phil D's. Yo, man. Yo. Nick C., glad to see you back. I am here, sir. I am here. LIW213 for a ghost. We are all ghosts. Mr. Hate Vicious in the house. Wrenching these motherfuckers up. Not y'all. Not y'all. You know who we're talking about. The biggest fans. Daniel Davis, good evening. Hammer, Brandon Doty. What up, Hammer? Nothing, man. I got home from work. I sat here. I mean, literally just sat here. It was like, I've got Saturday off, right? I'm done for the evening. I was working earlier today. Off tomorrow. Maybe I could stay up a little late and cut a stream. How could I possibly let my guys down? How could I possibly let my guys down? I can't. So I got to come on here and cut a stream. Greg Smith. Hi, Hammerhand. Man, I know you ain't the Greg Smith from West Palm Beach. Don't fuck with me like that. Populous Pimp wrenching in the house, man. Hill built 5x5. Yes, sir. Alex and Analog. I can't believe I made one only a minute in. Hey, fellas. You here, man? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Richard O'Shea. You're a gentleman, Mr. Hammer. I try to be. Sometimes I'm a motherfucker, but I try to be. Steve Hintz, Hammer, Hand, Rib Grunt. Yo, man. Yo. Brian Fury, what a great way to spend my Saturday night chilling with you guys and Hammerhand. Good. Can I get a me? Yes, you can. Yes. Silky Dick Washington. Best name here. Shouting yourself out. There you go. Goodness gracious. Harry Stokes. Yo, you from Texas? No, I am from Florida, South Florida, but I'm not there right now. Chuck Gordon. Hammerhand is in session. Red Pill 101. I don't know about Red Pill so much. I don't really preach the Red Pill. A lot of folks are taking the Red Pill out of context and really trying to turn it and twist it. And most of the mainstream Red Pillars right now, those Red Pillars, they're blue pill snakes. Just look around. That's all you got to do, and you can see that shit clear if you got your rose-colored glasses on. Ding-a-ding. A Citizen. Hey, bud. Hey, man. How you doing? Tony from Diego 5x5. Blake the Rake. I am the one with the stacked. Oh, I got you. Okay, I saw that. Man, goddamn. How do you deal with that? It's like she's got two fucking heads my size under a bra. I don't know how you deal with that shit. I'm not busting your ass for it. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Captain Flat Pills. What's up, boys? Charlotte Guillen. Did I get that right, Charlotte? Guillen. Hello, Hammerhand. Hello, Charlotte. I told you, man, we got... I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Ronnie Parton. Yo, man. Yo. Just wrench it. It's good. Talking about that sound. What were we talking about? The sound of the music. I think it was the music. Cubing speed. Whoa. Respect to the chat. Hello, y'all. And let me take a minute right there. Big ups to those master wrenches that are always taking care of business, and to the chat. Thank you very much, folks, for showing. I appreciate you. Turning out just to hear some fucking old man talk and blow off steam. 220 y'all in the house. It's just not fair. It's not fair. 148 Fonzies, man. I love it. Love it. Brandon Doty Hammer. I'm close to getting my divorce finalized. Couldn't be happier. Man, I just hope. I hope that you don't have complications. It's a rare day when people are divorcing now, where somebody, and you know what I'm talking about, has a lot of political power, a lot of legal power, and they don't try to use it to hurt you. So I hope that you're not in that situation. Congratulations on the divorce. My man, you should get yourself a fucking birthday cake because you're brand new as soon as you get them papers. Sifu Black Irish, dead truther walking. Greetings. What's up, Sifu? Good to see you, man. If you talk to Mr. Elite, tell him I said what's up. Way of the Kodiak. Hey. Rib Grunt sounds good. Clifton Miller, good evening. The Last Chimp. Nice wall. Hammer. Man, it's pretty nice. Let me see if I can, hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up here real quick and run this camera around. I don't want to fuck things up, but that's right over my head, right there. Just go down the wall. Got some more. I can't get too much of an angle on it with this camera like that. Sorry about that, gents. And you can see, oh yeah, it's a messy room. Been doing some cleaning. Look at that stack. Holy shit. Look at that. Get out the way. You don't need to see that. You don't need to see that. There's the model building station. The big old TV. There's another rack of them over there. See? You can live a nice, happy life if you understand what nice, happy, and life mean to you. You can. You can. I'm doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? It could be gone tomorrow, but today I've got it. And it's just what I wanted. Let me put this back. It's exactly what I wanted. I can't cry, bitch, and moan and complain because something didn't work out right. Let me see if I can get that thing to autofocus there. Because I got everything in hand that I want. I mean that shit too. Kind of a simple guy. I think that most men are pretty fucking simple. It's not complicated with us. It's just not. You know? What did we say before? We've said in a couple of videos, if you're going to get with a female, right? If that's your option in life and that's what you want, feed me, fuck me, silence. Now, it doesn't have to be silence all the time. And sure, we can go out. Loyalty, kindness, empathy. Where can you find that today? You can't. It doesn't exist. Somebody's going to say, well, that's not true. I'm just like that. I don't think so. If you were just like that, you'd get snapped up. Something's holding you back. And it ain't a good something. I said in a video that I put up yesterday that there's a pathology that goes with folks like that. Like my tastes, I don't mean to out myself as any particular thing. It's like fucking enormous. It's enormous. No, I can't get down to the beanpole thin people or the enormous, gigantic folks. I don't have anything against them. It's just that when you start looking at something like that, there's something else going on. There's a pathology in these people. And that's what keeps me away from them. Anything in between, white, black, Asian, I don't give a shit. I'd prefer to be with my own kind, but my own kind is running off of a fucking cliff right now. And they've been doing it for a long fucking time. And I know when black men look at their state of affairs, they're saying the same fucking thing. I think the Orientals kind of got it together. The Chinese, the Japanese are dying. South Koreans are dying. The Australians are martial lawing themselves into non-existence right now. Awesome shit. Europe, hey, we want 15 more million of whatever. Ring them up. Send them in. They bring those men in, and those men have no problem whatsoever fucking your women. Now, here's what I just said. Is it your women? They ain't been your women for a long time. They don't want to be. I got to be honest about that. They don't want to be. Just, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, bring it out. Oh, it's getting there. Look at it. Motherfucking magnificent. There's Neanderthal genes somewhere in here. Look at that bullshit. Gents, I'm going to go down to the bottom of the chat. Forgive me if I missed your comments. It's not on purpose. We'll go back up just a little bit, and I'll start reading again. MGTOW Moments, agreed. I don't know what we're agreeing to. Steve Johnson, how could I leave this behind? You can't. You can't. Don't. Red, is it just red? Red King, good job. Mine is purple. I have fucking walked right into something that I don't know. In Slayer Clone, hello. What's up, man? How you doing? Roderick says, yo, Hammer. In Puerto Rico, a chick wrote on her jab card that she took the second jab to go to an event. Well, guess what? The people in the ticket had opened a medical database and found out that it was fake. Yeah. You think people want to do this shit? I mean, there's only a certain select few, this very, very noisy minority and fearmongers that are pushing this shit on people. I know people that have said, I just don't want to deal with that shit. So I went and got the shot. What the fuck? What the fuck? Really? I mean, whatever floats your boat, you start sprouting an extra fucking eyeball, don't say shit to me. Our man, Hammerhand, are the only models you build cars. No, I build anything. I do commission work for anyone. Model building is something I did for a long time, and I want to get back into it, but I do model aircraft, though. I just bought a Hawker Harrier, a great one. I'm really thinking about getting another Hawker Harrier. It's an 8th scale Harrier. I mean, the canopy is as big as my fist. And And they don't want too much for it, you know. So I don't know. We'll think about it. I've already got a Harrier, so I probably won't do that. Jason Spiritos, I'm watching from the pilot around Columbus, Ohio. Over the road, MGTOW. Keep on trucking. Keep that rubber down, sir. And don't get yourself in trouble. You doing the shutdown on the 31st? Everybody's talking about that shit here in the States and in Australia. Truckies over there, truckers over here are all saying we turning them keys off on the 31st. Don't park the trucks. And I don't think that it's going to take a lot to get other people to just join in with them. And they're talking about stopping for 3 or 4 days, telling everybody to go fuck themselves and make a point. And they should make the point. That's fantastic. I wish everybody would just walk out of work on the 31st and make a point. You got about 3,000 people on this planet that run and own everything. Everything. And they herd 7.8 billion people. Something's wrong with that. Something's wrong with that species. I'm sorry. Something's wrong with that. Waltsky, strength and honor, gentlemen. Yes, sir. 9 Life Media. Romantic love has been marketed to make you buy into the concept of marriage. In the medieval times, marriage didn't involve the government. Well, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It was a verbal agreement only. It did involve the government, especially in England, Scotland, Ireland. The phrase prima nocta should mean something to you. You've heard it in Braveheart, and you heard it in the first Avengers when Mr. Stark tries to lift Thor's hammer. Prima nocta was when the English lord that ran the territory would sit in on marriages, and he would have the bride on her first night being married. Basically consensual rape. Pretty horrifying shit. And that was done for a long time. Deaf bread. Wow. Hammerhand just said it. My own kind is running off a cliff right now. Fuck yeah, man. Bro, I have nothing to hide. I have no fear of saying anything. When this channel goes kaput, it could happen. It happened a couple of days ago. We were getting into some deep-ass thermonuclear red pills, and the fucking stream gone. Just like that. Come back and started another one. It is what it is, right? You'll never convince me that things like that are coincidence. They're not coincidence. Mark Splice. Hi, guys. What's up, Mark? UK MGTOW. Europe is cucked. You said it, not me. Crazy uncle. All this craziness around the world has been planned. Of course it is. Of course it is. Ford is king. Chinese old timers are hardcore. So are Russian old timers. The Eastern Bloc old timers. They're still there. They didn't go nowhere. They didn't go nowhere. They're still there. UK MGTOW. You mean raping? Yeah, I mean raping. And I don't cover my words on here. I don't grape or what the fuck ever. I don't do none of that shit. America Forever, a white knight. I saw your pop culture channel and subbed. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to bump you one more time, gang. If you can jump over to the community tab on this channel and go sub to the Pop Culture Rocks channel that I just created, which will cover all forms of entertainment in my very unique way of talking about shit. I can't wait to see how long it takes to get nuked on that channel. Jesus Christ. Especially the way that pop culture is being manipulated and destroyed. It's just being destroyed. Let's be honest. It's just being destroyed. If you're white, if you're a man, motherfucker, you are on the list. And it's a short list. Nate. Just your turn. That's true. Fortis King, 357 Dirty Harry Mag. Nice. Mr. Pliskin. LOL. Red pill and win. I told my sister I'd vote for Biden a second term. She didn't like that too much. I imagine many people don't like that too much. Carlos Rosada. Yo. Silver Bullet. Better off with a couple of dogs. Well, I think that they will love you unconditionally. I do believe that. Animals are just amazing. They're just amazing, from hamsters to cats to dogs to whatever variety of exotic or fuckery gets put in the house. Those animals, they adapt themselves to their owners, and they're awesome. I just wish that they weren't so abused. I hate to see animals that are abused. And I take a little bit of a different stance on the abuser. That shit starts somewhere. It's a rare person that just wakes up with no emotional, physical, spiritual, mental problems and says, I think I'm going to go cut up animals or throw a dog out a fucking window. Something else is going on. I always try to understand that shit, but not to the detriment or the death of animals. That's where I draw the line as far as understanding is concerned. But I do try to spare a thought for the people that are in torment. And there's a lot of them. Let me get back in this chat here, gents. You guys are going fast on this one. Populous Pimp PPT. That was a great first video for the new channel. Oh, you already saw it. Outstanding, man. Thank you very much. Successful Endeavors just dropped the link in the chat. Master Wrench, good to see you, sir, for the Pop Culture Rocks channel. That's outstanding. Adele Kozovic. Did I get that right? Salute, guys. I probably butchered that. My apologies. The 95th Phantom just subbed to Pop Culture Rocks. My man, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you so much. Ramil Matt, hideout in a busy town. No, I stay away from the busy towns. I stay away from the cities. Where I'm at right now, I am too fucking close to the city. It's not real close. I'm a little ways away from downtown, but it's too close for my comfort. I prefer being out in the sticks. I don't like people on top of people on top of people. Fuck that. Tim Elgato, MGTOW Life, thanks. I'm very happy with it. Bo Maka, isn't it just women running the world? No, a whole set of people in positions of power who are way above their competence level. That I'll absolutely. It seems like they're fucking crazy, doesn't it? It seems like they're insane. And that doesn't make a difference if it's a man or if it's a woman. I said 3 years ago, right after a particular rhino started showing his rhino ass colors, Crenshaw, Representative Crenshaw with the fucking patch in the eye. Now, I don't make fun of him because of his wounds, but he's demonstrated that he's a rhino. He's soft as fuck. And people are starting to wake up to that shit. That's just one example, one instance. Marsha Blackburn, holy fucking God. People like Claire McCaskill, they have the fucking nerve, the unmitigated nerve to get on something like Saturday Night Live and give men a lecture, and it's funny. It's supposed to be funny. How about Maisie Hirono? Men just need to man up and shut up and sit down. It's women's turn. Fuck you. Fuck you. You want to know why you see men dropping out of everything and just doing their own thing now and not trying to hold up or prop up society? Any one of those examples will do. Sarah Hanson Young. You don't know who she is? You ought to find out. It's a disgusting pig of a woman. Filthy motherfucker. And she associates with filthy motherfuckers. Mr. Pliskin, call me Snake. Trance DJ at Chris Sherman. I hear you. I'm going off the one being promoted on Conservative Twins channel. Didn't hear anything about the 31st. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the 31st. I hope that I see trucks shut down everywhere. I really do. I hope that these guys are serious about that shit and that they do it. Over in Australia, They just made it against the law for truck drivers to stop at roadside places, over the road truckers to stop to get fucking food, to get drinks, to take a fucking shower at a place that was designed for them to stop and get drinks and food and take a fucking shower. Get the fuck out of here with that. What fucking ingrates? What ingrates? I hope that the whole fucking country comes to a screeching halt. And these people start scurrying around and they start grabbing up any kind of food that they can get. They wipe out all the toilet paper again. Fuck them. Fuck them. People really need a serious fucking wake-up call. I mean, a serious wake-up call. The way that they're doing business out here, that's not business, man. It's not business no more. It's not even capitalism anymore. Capitalism ain't the greatest thing, but it's kind of the best thing going. And it fucks people, like, really bad. I think we can come up with a better way. Don't you? I think we can. Cheers. Man, 31 minutes in the house. 200, almost 300 of y'all. That's insane. That's ridiculous. 240. Hey, man, that's all, damn. That's almost even right there. That's crazy. That's never happened that fast. Rusty Knife just subbed to Pop Culture. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. UK MGTOW, Plastic Joe, and the Banana Republic. It is, boy, man. Oh, man. MGTOW Life, Master Wrench, subbed to your second channel. Thank you very much, my friend. The Populous Pimp, PPT. People have rights. Don't fall for this jab bullshit. And then there's a link in there. Check the link out, guys. Yes, you do have rights. You see, the feds know that they cannot mandate you to go and have something pumped into your body. They know that. The shit that they're doing is just bluster. That's all it is. It's bluster. It's fuckery. It's sleight of hand. Now what they try to do is put it off on the private sector. Then they'll say behind closed doors, hey, Walmart, you know all those subsidies and tax breaks that we give you? We might just take those motherfuckers away if you don't force your employees to do this shit. You want to keep your $1 billion a day business going, don't you? Of course you do. That's what your federal fucking government does. That's what they do. Fuck them, man. Fuck all of them. Joey, one of the best names. Joey Fagator, dog is man's best friend. Silver Surf Studio subbed to PCR. Thank you very much. I actually referred to that channel before I even made it as PCR. I tried to get the email. Somebody already has the email address, PCR. So it's just Pop Culture Rocks 001, I believe what it is. That's my email. And I'll put that up here in a future video. I'll get all of that stuff arranged and all that good shit. And, you know, Mr. Pliskin, you missing any action figures in your collection? Oh, yeah. There's like something like, God, I think there's close to like 300 carded figures. I've got about 50% of those. And of course, they come in various boxes and packaging and shit, you know, like Cover Girl with the Wolverine or the Hiss Driver with the Hiss and, you know, Steeler with the Mobat. Yeah, man. I love my Joes. I love my Transformers. I like all of the things that I enjoyed as a young person. I think that they mean as much to me as they do. They have such a hold because I placed a lot of importance on it when I was coming up. I've said it before. A lot of you know that my brother and I had a not good way of being raised. We were both harmed in ways that is still with us today. You know, when we sit down and we talk about stuff, you can see it and you can feel it. Some of that shit is still with us today. So when that was going on, there was a 5-year period there before our teenage years where we got mauled, just fucking mauled. And that was hard to come back from. It really was. And I don't know that we have come back from it. But I do know that life doesn't end because something horrific happened. I know that. You see, sometimes it's hard to wake up in the morning. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's hard to find motivation to go through the day. But I look at my little toys, my little baubles, the things that meant something to me, and they were there when my life was being derailed. I don't have those kinds of thoughts or thoughts. I don't have those kind of memories when it comes to a father, because my father was never there. My father wasn't suitable to be a husband or a father. He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it. He fell into it. He thought that it was the thing. And I'm guessing because the amount of conversation that I've had with my father wouldn't fill up one of these chill streams. Not one. By about a quarter. Maybe I'll get into that stuff down the road. But it's important to know. I'm not blaming the man, but a fair share of blame sits with him. Fair share of blame sits with my mother. It's just what it is. And I just made up my mind a long time ago. I can't wake up feeling fucked up every single day. You don't push it down, you have to deal with it. But I just deal with it a little bit at a time. Just try to unwind some of the shit that's going on in there. And I think that's a pretty complete process. There's not much left. Maybe a little spiritual and emotional healing, but how much can you heal? Just kind of depends. I know none of you asked for that. 297 in the box. 266. Oh. Hey. My man. Roderick Sage. I mean, the steal is not looking good, and Trump has the jab on. He's on record now. That doesn't mean anything to me. That's what everybody thought that, Everybody thought that. They were like, your king daddy, your savior, he got it, and he's telling y'all to get it. And I don't give a fuck. Go get it. Have fun. Get 2 of them. I don't care. People think that you're a fucking drone or that you're some mindless thing just following Trump around, riding his coattails. That's not what that's about. It's not. Cheers. One more again. Yeah, I saw that he was telling people to go get it. I don't think that he should do that. It's not his business to tell people what to do. There's too much bullshit surrounding this vaccine. There's too much crap surrounding where it was made, how it was made, the fact that it was a patented thing before we even knew what it was. It's ridiculous. I think if people understood fully just how fucked they were, you'd see the earth riot collectively. I believe that. Thumper, go ahead. Put me on the white man list. Put the term harmless after it. I love to be underestimated. Absolutely. Lion Man, parakeets too. Absolutely. Peter Ozlowski. What's up, Peter? Long time no see, brother. I don't care about entertainment, but I will sub to your new channel, bro. I appreciate that, Peter. Thank you so much, man. I hope that you got the rubber down and everything is good. I know you're over the road. Maybe you're at home. I don't know if you're at home or not. Peter is a great fucking guy. Great guy. Fortis King, my golden and lab were best dogs and miniature schnauzer. I've had one dog in my life. His name was Grizz, and he was like a genetic backfire. He was bred to be giant, and he just turned out to be a little less than average. He was a great dog. Great dog. That was a number of years ago. I've always been a cat person. You know, I love cats. They're fucking weird and they're finicky sometimes, and they basically take care of themselves. When they want some love, they just plop over and tell you, hey, bitch, you know, get the scratch on. And you kind of understand what they're saying. I mean, I understand what they're saying. And it makes me wonder, who's training who? Crazy shit. The Populous Pimp PPT. The Japanese now recalled 1.4 million doses of slave Derna for heavy metals inside of it. Gee, I thought that was just another conspiracy theory. Graphene oxide was in it. 99 to the tune of 99%. If you don't know what graphene oxide is, go look it up. All kinds of fucking bullshit. Yeah, there's no way I would ever take that shit. Greg Smith, Roderick ball bearings and a surgical tube slingshot can be handy. Yes, they can. Dave, none your business. Trump said he took it, but he said he respected their freedoms, but thought that they should. Seems pretty reasonable to me. It's reasonable. It's reasonable. You know, and he left it at that. He left it alone. What's unreasonable is trying to force people to take it, to coerce them into taking it through pressure. For something that has a 99.8 in a lot of cases % survival rating, get the fuck out of here with that. Because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. MGTOW Life, I don't believe that Trump and Biden actually got the jab. I think it was fake. It could have been. I mean, how many times have we seen on TV where these fuckers are faking getting that? It's absolutely fake. They can't even fake it good. You know? God almighty. It's the crazy clowny shit that we've been seeing over the last 5 or 6 years. It's absolutely stunning. It's stunning. And people, millions are just like, you know, like they're watching an episode of the fucking Osbournes or something. It's unbelievable how fucking stupid and apathetic people are. But that's what we got. That's what we got. Wet Palate Warrior, why do vaccinated people care so much about the unvaccinated? Because, hold on, let me finish reading shit. They are protected, quotation marks, and can still spread it. What does it matter? If you are so scared to get it, but respect others' choice not to. I think that these people have a little bit of a push and pull mentality when it comes to that. I think that they caved in under pressure, or that ideology that they practiced told them that they had to go get it to be a good person. And when they see you out there not getting it and not being affected by that, I think it reminds them that they were cowardly, that they were cowards when they went out and got it. Now, not all people, I'm not going to say everybody, but you know who I'm talking about. We're talking about the fucking loudmouths, the people that have the audacity to say something to you about a mask or not mask, or deny you food services, deny you access to a restaurant because you don't put a face diaper on. Fuck them. Fuck them. I just won't go to the restaurant. And I got a long memory. Riff Magos, Master Wrench in the house. Apathy is the type of cancer which never goes away. No, it doesn't. That is a difficult thing for a person who is apathetic to not be apathetic. That is hard to unlearn. There's a lot of laziness and cowardice, in my opinion, and a few other things that are rooted in apathy. So, yeah, that's a tough fucking gig to get past, man. Good luck. Lion Man, intelligence is a curse these days. Yeah, I guess from a certain perspective, from a certain point of view, if people who don't like you, don't like this shit, don't like the fact that you're standing on your own 2 feet, those folks, will definitely view your intelligence, your ability to think for yourself, as a negative. They damn sure will. The Revenant RFB warned us before COVID's started. Red, I have a better method. It means not giving much of a fuck or a shit. I imagine that's what you were doing. Captain Will, hey, Ozzy Osbourne is God, though. No, not really. Not to me. Not to me. Ozzy Osbourne, I think, was gone about 1985. And wow, he's kind of still here. Cheers. Shinobi won. Yo, man. +1 shield. What's up, Shinobi? Crazy Uncle. What the fuck? And it just skipped. I'm sorry about that, Crazy Uncle. I'm going to try to find your comment. There you go. At Ogre MGTOW. That is a breach of contract, and you should get a lawyer. You should. Jai Rai. Super spreaders. There's no such thing. Hold on a second. There is no such thing. I was watching on TikTok yesterday. The Australian media is now targeting its citizens on TikTok, on YouTube. They are now vilifying their citizens who say anything contrary to the mainstream media narrative. I wouldn't have expected this from Australia. I wouldn't have expected that these people are so willing to just sit there. It's unbelievable. And don't think for a second that they're not going to try it here. They're going to try it here. All I got to say is good luck. Good luck. Because as soon as these terrorist arms of the DNC get put back into action, you know who I'm talking about Antifa, talking about BLM. As soon as they get put back into action, it's going to be a much different story this time around. I can promise you that. I promise you that. Roderick Sage, cold and flu season will be brutal. Not for me. Captain Flat Pills, please know FE is an opinion right now. FE, I don't know what that means, man. Now we have that choice, but if we fail, the future holds no more choice in anything. They will take it all, and it is upon you. We must strike down the globe now. Well, I think that we're going to get our chance. Second domino, the fire rises. The wall is undefeated. Yes, it is. Big and Bender, drifting through life, mediocrity, it is death. I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel that way. I really do. And I think I'm conscious enough that when I start to feel that way, if I'm not at work and I'm not doing something, I just I peel my sheets back, put a couple of pillows up, and I just get me something mild to kind of take my mind off of what's going on, whatever that might be. I try not to get carried away or whisked away with emotions and thoughts. Not those thoughts, but you know what I mean. Boom! The sheep herd is bigger than I thought it would be. Yeah, it's a lot bigger. Greg Smith, Ogre MGTOW, they cannot pull your benefits for not getting the jab, but they will tell you that they can. These motherfuckers are going to run that shell game until it is just done and over. And we'll see what happens. Shinobi One, brother Michael McKinney, Wet Palette Warrior at Hammerhand. You thought about doing some naval models, some World War II ships, etc. The closest that I've got to that is an Mi-24D Hind. It's a trumpeter kit. I'd say I'm about 40% done. Uh-oh, what happened there? This camera's got some autofocus on it. I think I'm going to go into the settings there when we're done here and fuck around with that a little bit. Yeah, it's an Mi-24D Hind, and about 40% done. That particular one, when it's built, it has a flat deck on the inside. The two body shells go together. It's got a flat deck, where the rotor assembly comes up. I took all of that shit out of there, and I built the turbines and I built the gearbox that hooks to the turbines so that I can put all of that shit on display, open it up and stuff. I think is really, really neat stuff. And I just kind of do that. Chris, oh, fucking jumped. Sorry about that. Gents, let me get back to that and see if I can find that motherfucker. I'm sorry. It jumped, man. I'm sorry about that. Oh, well. Wacko, from Undead Chronic to Hammerhand, dreams do come true. Yes, they do. Joy, Faggoter, the sound it made was like being attacked by a vampire in surprise. Chris Sherman, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ. As well it should be. Chris Sherman, as well it should be. If you're into that. And many of us are. Many of us are. There's a lot of wisdom in the Bible. There's a lot of wisdom that predates the Bible. And I think all of that is worthy of being read and at least considered. Dismissing things out of hand is dangerous, in my opinion. Even distasteful shit. You should at least get an understanding of where people are coming from, even if what they're telling you is aberrant, in my opinion. That doesn't mean that you have to practice it, though. Riff Magos, Master Wrench. That's why my video was removed last week on YouTube. Yeah, I heard you talking about that. The gobshites have come to get me. Yep. My man. Boom. Aussie truckers are blocking highways. Good. I heard them talking about that, where they pull their trucks right straight across the lanes and just park and turn the motherfuckers off. Well, I hope nobody dies. I don't want to see nobody get killed. But good. Something has to happen. The fucking Australia is out of control. They're out of control. The people that are running Australia, my God. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're up for crimes against humanity. Now, I mean that. I mean that shit. Wet Pallet Warrior, Australia is going downhill fast. They've expertly turned the public on each other. Yes, they have. There will always be a percentage of people that will go with statism. There will always be a percentage of people that will say, hey, they said it's true, so it's got to be. It's got to be. They can't think for themselves. They have to be led. They have to be told. It's humiliating in a way to people that can see around that. Maybe it isn't to you, but to me, I feel humiliation for them. I feel sad for them. And man, there's been a lot of that shit here lately. Zomboy I are one. Australia started out as a prison. It's a penal colony. Well, I guess they're going back to their roots. Well, they ain't there yet. We'll see. JB Mummy, Australia has shown no backbone. They've shown some, but they're going to have to apply some real pressure to these people that are leading that country. Some real pressure, because what they're doing over there is motherfucking criminal. It's criminal behavior, and it's being endorsed by the state. And that is not going to be forgotten. All of this shit that is going on out here, this will not be forgotten. It will not be forgotten. Morello Bellosante, Hammerhand. What's the largest gun you've ever fired? 50 cal. 50 cal is the largest gun that I've ever fired. Aussie Boys 5. I'm not saying the rest of that. Australia is completely cooked at the moment, mate. Yeah. Mark Bravo. And then they just get busted. We all just get fucking busted. You might as well get busted for something that matters, something that counts. Instead of some of bitches coming to your fucking door talking about, we got a health and wellness check. And they show up with 3 fucking guards that are going to try to take your ass somewhere and take your kids from you. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck all that. Ascot, man, Australia was once a penal colony. I just read that. Why is that showing up again? East Coast News, Mick News, Chinyan sir. As I learned, we are being walked to the gas chambers by our governments. We are bargaining chips. We've always been that. We've always been that. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what regime or government you're under. We've always been that. Boom. Proud Boys won 2 fights in the past weeks. Yeah, I've been meaning to catch up on that. I heard that they beat the shit out of some Antifa fucks. Good on them. Shinobi won. Well, it's going to be a sad afternoon. I got a complaint about one of my ducks I'm going to have to go deal with. What was the complaint? Oh, my tummy went grr. Well, right on, man. Never it. With this sheep-like mentality, a lot of people will die. It's bound to happen. Yeah, of course it is. These people are going to stand with authoritarianism, and they're going to stand with tyranny. They just don't recognize it. They don't recognize that that's what they're doing. Some of them do. Some of them realize what's going on, and they herd the sheep. They're absolutely cracking the fucking whip. Make no mistake. Kratos 70 war has been waged by our governments towards its people. It's being waged right now. It's just a mental war. It's a psychic war. Believe that shit. It's a psychic war. Captain Flat Pills, this hell you see now is only birthing pains as the NWO is delivered, but there are still time. There's still time. There is still choice to deny it. But as the Amish, goddamn, what happened with this, man? Righteous men under the authority of God. Yes, sir. Peter Oslowski. Watch Rebel News from Australia. Avi Yemeni, awesome dude. Yeah, I like Avi. He started off a little rough, but I like him. ER6. America is only like 3% of the world population. We are the last line of defense to the world submitting to the NWO. I know, that's why they're trying so fucking hard to get you to turn your back on the Constitution and say, yeah, it's cool, man. Just take all the guns. There's no other country on earth like us. No other country on earth like us. What are we, 245 years old? And for about 240 of those fucking years, people have been working to undermine this country. And it looks like they may have succeeded. We'll see. We'll see. Fortis King, bushwhacker tactics need to come back. They just might. Mr. Pliskin had a client express that he wanted to legally force everyone to get the jab. Told him to find another mechanic to service his vehicles. Good on you, Mr. Pliskin. Good on you. Anybody starts talking that crazy fucking shit around me, I'm going to turn my back on them. Fuck them. Riff Magos, Master Wrench. Roger Waters was right. The wall. Yes, sir. UK MGTOW, time to choose a side. I choose my side. Me. I choose me. I choose the betterment of me. I choose my freedom. Period. And if that means that I've got to pick up arms and fight for other people's freedoms to ensure mine, well, then that's going to happen. I don't want that to happen. Cal Can, for those in Undead's chat, no, those sperm quality studies are bunk and are very inconclusive. Way too many factors not considered for that. I don't know what you're referencing there, Cal. So sorry about that, brother. Captain Flat Pills, FE Flat Earth Hammer. I will leave you men in peace now. I appreciate the drop on that, Captain. Much appreciation. Boom, Mad Lad Side. Crazy Uncle at Fortis King. Bushcraft skill type camps are making a big comeback. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're like fucking everywhere. Riff Magos, the ones that are in it fucking jumped. Of course it jumped. Sorry about that, guys. Riff Magos, Aussie Cossack is a fucking legend. Big Towel Life, Timothy Sokol, I keep it local. There you go. That rhymes. Mark Bravo, the police are not in the club of 1%. No, they're not. They're not. That's another thing that really kind of gets me, man, is that people have bought into, I mean, hook, line, and sinker, they have bought into the idea that police are really here for you. They're not. If you have no farther to look than the Capitol, and I'm not calling that a riot. That was a fucking setup from the word go. And what happened all the prior year? You just have cops standing there. They're not defending property or prosecuting criminals. They're not doing those things. They're in a fucking war zone. And they're being told to stand down. Just let it burn. Let them motherfuckers go kill each other. They are not here for you. When people think that the police are here for you, the thin blue line, I stand with the blue, I back the blue, you really need to consider what you're saying when you say that. You know? Those folks get their marching orders from the people that are trying to take your freedom. So you better think about that. That's a bit much for a lot of people. A lot of people don't understand that feeling good and feeling glorious about police and peacekeepers is a human resources marketing campaign to make you feel good about the people that'll beat you over the fucking head and shoot you to death if you twitch the wrong way. Happens to everybody. Every race, every color, every creed, both sexes. A lot of people dead out there that shouldn't be dead. No good reason. No prosecutions. They cover one another's asses for most of the time. I know people are going to say Derek Chauvin, but I don't expect the shit that went down with Chauvin to stick. We'll see, but I don't expect it to stick. Bada bing, Russia went from communism to actual Christianity. Well, yeah. They've got a huge Christian population now, and so does China. And they're trying to get them gone. They don't want them there. Neverett, they're mandating masks in Illinois on the 1st. Glad I work in Iowa. I think that you'll see a certain section of the population, the chicken shits, the people that believe that COVID is a real thing, that you can die from something that you have a 99.8% chance of survival. Yeah, you'll see it from them. You're not going to see anybody else with that mandate. They'll quit their jobs. They'll quit their jobs in fucking droves. There's no way that I would walk around with that fucking thing on my face all day long. You know, they're telling you, yes, you gotta wear your mask in the house now. You got to wear it in the car with your windows up. I can't fathom how people believe that this is legit. But I also see decades and decades and decades of purpose-built sheep. That's what I see. Kill 4, Yuri Bezmenov spoke well on what's happening now 40 years ago at Hammerhand. Yeah, I know. Yuri Bezmenov is all over YouTube. Supposedly Russian defector, went to Canada and then told the secrets of the KGB and what they're doing right now. And this thing has never stopped. It's not just Russia. It's not. These people are desperately trying to hang on to the power that they've got. You see, the human race doesn't advance much beyond where we are right now with the current structure of things. People have to be involved in other people's lives. From a caring aspect, are you doing well? How are you today? Oh, it didn't go well. Oh, something got hurt. Well, let's fix that. Let's get that squared away. That would be just as easy to do as what we're doing now today, but there's much, much less control. You see, the control aspect of the human race, the people that lord over you and me, needs to go away. People can handle what they are and what they're doing. Yes, you will have people that cannot deal with that, and they have to be dealt with. But they can be dealt with in more effective ways than watching them rot in a prison, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Augustus Bronk, Hammer, are you now off TikTok for good? Can't find you on there now. Yeah, they took away my other account. I've got account number 6. I've got account number 6 on there. And I'll be going to account number 7 here shortly. I don't know what happened to 5. I started getting thousands of subs just out of the blue, and they just yoinked it. I had no violations, none. And they just fucking yoinked it. They just say, fuck this guy. Fuck you. But that's what they do on social media now. Social media is the new meeting place, and this is how they enforce their ideas and the things that they want people to parrot. That's what they do. And there's always going to be a certain section of people that go that way. It's fucked up. It is what it is. I don't like it, but it's fucked up. 1 hour and 6 minutes. I can't believe I've been talking for 1 hour and 6 minutes. 387 of you madcaps spending your time on a Saturday evening with this crusty old fuck. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. 367 Fonzies. Man, that's almost dead even. Never seen that before. That's awesome. Thank you for thumbing up the channel or thumbing down the channel. Any engagement is a positive. Shinobi One, these things going on right now are going to be tiny compared to the grand catastrophe. Beware, my brothers. They don't want you to know what they know. 20 to 30 years will be a crazy ride. I think it will be 5 years. If you look at what's going on right now, look at the fucking disaster that Afghanistan is. Where them 81 million strong potatoes that voted for the chief fucking turnip and that stupid broad that stands behind him cackling all day long? Where y'all at? Are you worried about Trump? Are you worried about Trump now? Where y'all at? Anybody claiming Biden? Anybody? I don't think anybody's claiming Biden. I don't think anybody's claiming Harris. Biden fell asleep today while talking with a head of state. He fell asleep. 81 million, 84 million is what they say. 81 to 84 million voted for this motherfucker. Really? Really? You know what's shocking to me? You've got two scenarios with that. That the vote total is fraudulent and that they're covering it up. So we've actually witnessed and are living out a coup. Or, which this one scares me more, 81 million people actually turned out and voted for this motherfucker. That scares me more than fraudulent votes. Millions of fraudulent votes. So pick your poison. Take your fucking pick. Good God Almighty. Riff Magos side. I'm on nobody's side because nobody's on my side. Treebeard, you got that fucking shit right. And I think that you're going to see a lot more of that going into the future. I don't think that it's going to be pretty either. We are becoming incredibly atomized as a society. And I don't think that there's too much that we can do to reverse that. I try to be kind and nice when I'm out in public, when I was at a supermarket, at a convenience store, getting gasoline, whatever it might be. I try to be nice, sometimes like overbearing nice, because I understand that these folks get shit on like regularly. So I always try to be decent about shit. But, sometimes you just can't be decent enough, I suppose. MGTOW Life, Master Wrench. Yes, at James Miller. And I am ready. Yes, sir. I'm going to run down to the bottom here. Populous Pimp PPT. Of course. And it jumps. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find that. I cannot find that. So fuck me. Let me find something else. Here we go. Sorry about that, PPT. James Young at Hammerhand. 20-1 odds that New Orleans is going to be a crapshoot. Another feather in Biden's cap. Yes, yes. Kill 4 at Hammerhand. You the best, bruh. The young will benefit the most from the knowledge if they want it. If they want it. If they're even suitable to absorb that kind of shit, because it's life-changing. We all know that. Everybody that imbibes the red pill, we know that it's life-changing. And sometimes it's not for the best. You know, unfortunately, we've witnessed some brothers take their lives because they just can't handle what's going on out here. It sucks to have your whole fucking world upended, and then you start seeing things for what they are. That's tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with. Joey Faggoter, the third jihad, watch it especially when you are from the U.S. Well, ask yourselves this. Who the fuck are all these people that are being allowed in on the southern border? Number one. Who the fuck are all these people that are being flown in from Afghanistan? Number two. Where are all the women and children? They're still there. They are flying in boatloads of Afghan males, fighting age Afghan males. Watch your fucking asses. Watch your asses, especially in Texas. They're trying to turn Texas. I'm telling you that right now. And Austin is on fucking fire. Pan-African MGTOW, the left don't debate through constructive discourse, only cancel and censorship. They don't want to hear what you've got to say. Arguing with them is like arguing with this mouse. The mouse don't give a fuck. It has a function to perform, and that's what these people do. They have a function to perform. They won the culture war decades ago. I said this when Trump took office. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. These people are waking up and being activated simply because the culture is at risk now. Their culture. You weren't invited to the party. I'm sorry to tell you. 396 of y'all in the house. 418 A's, man. Outstanding. Miraculous. All right, we're going to get down to the bottom on this. Let me get down to the bottom. Go up just a touch. Grab a comment. Successful endeavors. Nah, we're still in the destabilization phase. Yes, we are. Pan-African MGTOW. You say let the U.S. Constitution be burnt, you will see a dead America. It's pretty fucking close to being torched. It's pretty close, and that's because people sat on their fucking thumbs for about 40 years and let leftists and Marxists and communists take over everything. You can't have this type of influence in a capitalist country without paying the price. You see, we're paying the price right now, and it's going to get worse. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Bring it out. Oh. You don't like me preening? I don't care. Glass cutter. East Coast news. Wild crap. Wild crap or well crap? ER6, Biden didn't even legalize marijuana, even though the Senate would vote yes. This is true. Which I can't fucking believe is the truth. You know, when they legalized those 10 states for dope back in 2016, OSHA and all of the CMV holders out there, all of the regulators, went insane. They went crazy. It was amazing to see the uptick in these states that legalized weed. And it's even more amazing to me that that commercial motor vehicle drivers were getting smashed, failing their drug tests, Thousands. But it's legal. But you're driving 80,000 pounds, asshole. You got to be fucking joking. For real? Seriously? So weed is legal in certain circumstances so you can drive high 80,000 pounds down the road? No, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. Crazy motherfuckers. Porcupine Party Biden and the deep state are flying in terrorists. You'll see it. You'll see it. They can't vet those people getting on those planes. They can't. They're importing fucking cells right into the United States. Odachi23, I'm going crazy in Vancouver. Whoa. Oh, man. Vancouver, British Columbia. Wow. Liberals. I bet it's fucked. I bet that is so fucked up to live in that place. I wouldn't want to do it. Polska Bob, Master Wrench. Hello, guys. What's going on, Polska? How you doing? Julius Evola at Bada Bing. Why are you shouting? Bada Bing, I'm not voting for them anymore. Mr. E, I think a lot of people will die when they try and take your guns. Yes. And that's the idea. You see, that's the idea. When they finally get bold enough to try to start confiscating guns or mandating that you have to surrender your weapons, this motherfucker's going to kick off. Nobody's going to stop it. It's going to be a fucking bloodbath, and it ain't going to stop until all of them are killed and dead. You see, we got a lot of patience. We're just sitting here. We're waiting. But they've got everything. They've got all the power. But they don't have the interior of the country. That's really what they want, is the interior of the country. No guns. Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW. Most of the new arrivals from wherever look soft and weak. Masses are a problem, but we will see most are in the cities and can't survive out here. I agree with you. On that. Some of them can. The people that have been chucking it in caves out there in Afghanistan, I don't think that they're going to have much of a problem with surviving. I think that they will actually be the leaders. They will end up being the leaders. Free Ross, LMAO, Julius Evola at Bada Bing. Stop shouting. Mr. E, that's going to be a dark day. Yeah, it will be. Darlin Pena, what a name. Interesting. Conservatives and liberals don't care about men's issues. Hey, no kidding, man. No kidding. Because conservatives are too traditional in areas as marriage, even though we know the disaster of it, and the liberals are too pro-woman. I agree with you. And it's a lot worse than that. Boom. If they did try, they know they would lose. Well, they don't know that they would lose. What they would do is try to cut your food lines, try to cut your fuel lines, cut your electricity, all these things that you have become dependent on. How many people know how to grow any food? Probably next to no one, except for the people on the interior of the country. If you're city bound or you're close to a city, you're helpless. Hopefully, those people are prepping and they've got their shit in gear. I don't want to see anything like that, but I don't have confidence that it won't happen. Julius Evola at Hammerhand. Did you see the TikTok video of the female soldier Sergeant Branson threatening to shoot Americans if they do not get back inside their house if she tells them to? I did not see that, but I saw something similar, and that shit right there, Sergeant Branson should get an article for that. Sergeant Branson should be discharged for that. Plain and simple. These motherfuckers they're getting ballsy. I saw one soldier a week or so ago talking about how the interior of this country ain't shit and all of the weapons that we've got and our training and blah, blah, blah. Your training's not going to help you. Soldier boy, your training is not going to help you. It might keep you alive a little bit longer than the average Joe, but these people are getting really, really fed up. Really fed up with this. I've never experienced anything like this in my lifetime. So I know all of these younger folks out here, they don't know what the fuck. Matter of fact, I think a lot of them are socialized to accept it. So you ain't going to get no help from them. Cheers. Trance DJ at Nate Dogg, if you say so. A lot of people are struggling here, and it's only getting worse with inflation. Way worse. Yes, inflation is something to fear right now. Polska Bob. Hi, Mike Macon. Hi, Kill4. James Miller. Bolshevik Revolution was 800 people took down 140 million. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fortis King, once she is disarmed, have fun whamming. Scuba Cat, if someone ever offers you long pig, don't accept the populist pimp. That motherfucker just jumped, man. Come on now. The populist pimp, did you use that, or did you see that BitChute video of that ex-combat veteran who told that city council that this is us being nice and they better back off? Yes, I did see that. And he's not fucking kidding. These idiot soldiers that are out there flexing on the population, talking about how they better get inside or they're going to waste them and shit like that, that low-key fucking threat of violence against this population, those motherfuckers are few and far in between. Hang on one second, gents. Yeah, those motherfuckers are few and far in between. Most of your discharged military, your truck drivers, all of your tradesmen, I would say with very few exceptions, they know how to pick up a gun. They know how to defend themselves, and they will know when the time comes, if the time comes, how to smoke these motherfuckers that are going to fight against them. This is being called Civil War 2.0. It's not a civil war. That's a population fighting against itself. It will be a revolution, is what it will be, if it happens. I don't want to see that shit. But we're getting pushed to a place where it's becoming increasingly likely. And I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to see that. Never rate. Only the Special Forces divisions would be able to actually make an impact. Rest of the military is pussified with the fucked up advos that they're running for girl soldiers that had two fucking moms. Yeah, I would say so. What an embarrassment shit like that is. It's absolutely humiliating. But that's what you get with this current culture. Nate Dogg, once we use 2A, once we lose 2A, there's no turning back. The communists must be eliminated. They will be. And I hope they got their shit in order, because that's when it's going to be fucked up. KSB 26, I feel like this is a total repeat of the 1970s stagflation. Stagflation? I never heard that phrase before. High oil prices and a demoralized military coming off of a fresh defeat. Yeah, it's a lot like that. When you have that fake fucking gas crisis, and Carter is sitting in there talking about, you got to make more economical vehicles, man. We've got problems. All that is, look, how many times do we have to see this shit clearly before we accept what it is? All shit like that is, there was no goddamn gas shortage. You might not have had gas at the gas station, but that was engineered. That was on purpose. All that does is provide an impetus for these people to change the existing shit around Instead of making inline fucking 4s, inline 6s, and V8s, they went to the transverse mounted engines in the cars, right? Well, it was better. It made it more effective. And then they pushed that shit on the population. And then what do you got? You got the rich getting richer and the poor, they stay poor. You got to get that new gas effective car now. Nope, we can't use unleaded fuel or leaded fuel. Got to change the fuel type now. Look, too much pollution. Too much pollution. Can't use analog TVs anymore. 1996 is when they were saying this. We're going to give you plasma TVs, LED TVs. It's going to be so much better. Who bought the fucking stock in all of those companies? Your senators and your Congress people. All you did was wad them up, pad their wallets. That's it. These people run game on us 24 hours a day. And people just ain't smart enough to see it. Or they just don't want to acknowledge it because that opens up a can of fucking worms and they don't want to deal with it. It's crazy. Success Pool Endeavors. Turn that caps lock off. Nobody wants to delete your remarks. Quit screaming in the chat. Mr. E, my country is lost. I've been dodging the vaccine like the plague. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ben Dover, Master Wrench. Trump also put Fauci on a pedestal. I think he made a mistake there. Trump made a lot of mistakes while he was in office. He made a lot of mistakes. He did a lot of good things, but he made a lot of mistakes. It shows you how tradconish Trump actually was. Would I take him over what we got now? Yep. In a fucking heartbeat. In a heartbeat. But it shows you how tradconish Trump is. And he was being fought by everybody. Everybody's in on the fucking gag except Trump. Trump wasn't invited to the party, man. He crashed. And he fucked around and won. And they told you that they were going to make sure that nothing like that ever happened again. They were balls out telling you that's what we're going to do. 84 million. 84 fucking million. I don't believe that. Tony Cook, they were pumping gas into big holes in the ground. The tanks were full. There was no gas shortage. I know. There was no gas shortage. That was bullshit. All these people get together and they panic the population. You see, that's very easy to do. It's very easy to do with these people out here. It's what a fucking shame. Here we go. Retarded dwarf. They scapegoated the Arabs OPEC for the fuel shortage back then while all of the U.S. oil companies made bank. At least the wrestling world got the Iron Sheik to hate on every Saturday. WWWF. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. MGTOW Life. Stop with the caps, gent. Dude, what do we got going on here? Is there a problem in here with fucking caps? Oh, okay. Yeah. Stop writing with caps, guys. Take your cap setting off. Lazarus Arison, both wings of the same bird divide and conquer. Yeah, man. You know, when these people are getting fucky in open court on C-SPAN, you know, and they're busting each other's asses and they're getting one-liners and zingers in, when the cameras go off, man, they're backstage shaking fucking hands, having dinner at the same table. You know, come on, y'all. You've got to be smart enough to see this. David Smith, Trump was just out of pocket enough to give people hope, and the leftists nipped it right in the bud. Yes, they did. Julius Evola, I like how Trump moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem. Yeah, that was something that wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, he was a fucking bull in a china shop. He really was. And like I said, I'd take him over what we got. You know, I can't imagine the amount of people that are going to die in the next few weeks because of what just happened. It's fucking insane. It's insane. The Populous Pimp PPT. They knew damn well that high vitamin D and ivermectin, which, as I understand it, is a zinc delivery system, was a prevention and remedy, but no, they had to push the vax so that they can get the vax passports. That's not all that they were doing. You know, if you will recall, when Trump was in office, he directed a few major policy changes and executive orders right at Big Pharma. And it cost them billions. So how do you get the billions back? How do you get back what was taken from you? In their eyes, taken from them. You manufacture a crisis, and then you sell it to 7.8 billion people. And then you're good. Caitlin McIntyre, I'm late, but I hope everyone's having a great day and a great stream. We are having a great stream, Caitlin. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate you. Scuba Cat, have you seen the annual deaths from car crashes? No. I haven't seen flu deaths. I haven't seen pneumonia deaths. I haven't seen smoking deaths. I haven't seen heart disease deaths. I haven't seen people jumping rope with their intestines death. No, everything just disappeared. It's amazing. It's amazing. Fuck. James Young at Hammerhand, answer. Create a vaccine and create the boosters. Abso-fucking-lutely. And they say, well, no, we're giving it away, man. We're giving it away for free. No, you're administering it for free. World governments are stuffing your coffers. Nothing is free. Nothing. That's a gimmick. It's always been a gimmick. 1 hour and a half. 1 hour and 31 minutes. You mad motherfuckers are sitting here, like I said earlier, listening to this crusty old Dusty talking shit. And I appreciate you big time. 432 of y'all in the house. Thank you very much for checking in. 469 Fonzies. It just went up. Hey, all right, man. Kratos 70. Have a good night, guys. See you later, Kratos. Be cool, be good. Mr. E, they are throwing it at everyone. They damn sure are. Silver Bullet, biggest scam. Nothing is for free. Facts at Hammerhand. Yes, sir. Tony Cook, the vaccine passports are the basis for the universal ID. But you don't need an ID to fucking vote in this country, right? We don't need to verify where you live, right? All them dead people on the voting rolls, they'll disappear eventually. They will use your social security number. It's not your social security number. I'm telling you that right now. That is not your card. Doesn't belong to you. That's the card that you were given by your parents or your guardian or somebody at the time of your birth. That is your doppelganger. That's what that is. People really need to start to understand how they're being fucked with a birth certificate and with a social security card. Your SSN and HIPAA to tie it to everything else, you will have to carry it and present it everywhere. Papers, please. Papers. Your papers are not in order. Polska Bob, straw man. You damn right, sir. Damn right. You guys have been amazing today. I appreciate the hell out of all you. Master Wrenches, you're awesome. You're always awesome. You keep this fucking chat clean and rocking and good. And I love you all for it. I really do. Really do. Zima Duvant at Hammerhand. Do you know about the U.S. corporation? Yes, I do. Yeah, that's what you tell everybody. You tell everybody that the federal application, that the umbrella of the federal government over the states, they're states in name only. They're actually countries. You know, Arizona's a country. It's a country. It's got a border. It's defined. They just call it a state. And all of these people have similar but different rules, similar but different constitutions, all of them. People don't understand how this shit works. They don't understand this. I don't understand it fully, but I know a lot more than I did just a few years ago. And it's disheartening. It's fucking disturbing, is what it is, to see just how you are used and abused as a person. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. Moises Ledesma, did I get that right? I probably didn't. Hey, Hammerhand, is there any possibility for Joe Biden to get court-martialed for the attack in Afghanistan? Oh, no. There are people that are calling on him to resign. They want an impeachment, and those are unrealistic. What Joe Biden is going to get is the lasting memory of this catastrophe. It's a catastrophe. 50 fucking years in office, never had a real job, done nothing except bilk millions of dollars from people, set up his friends, endorse and just get in bed with nepotism. These motherfuckers do that. All of these motherfuckers do this. It's what they do. It's how they do. It's how they live. They cannot relate to you. Their ability to relate to you is like your ability to relate to plankton. And that's what they see you as. You're not a person. You don't have feelings or emotions or plans for life. You're just some fucking thing. You're a number. You have a usable age, 16 to 60. And the rest of it, nobody gives a fuck about. Uh-oh. We jumped a little bit. JB Mummy, if I had to do over, my son would have been born at home with no birth certificate and no social security number. I agree with that. I really agree with that. Also, do not send them to public school. Homeschool if you can. Public schools, it's never been more out in the open now what public schools are. Now, there are some districts, I won't say that there's a lot, but there are some districts that say no to that shit. We got a message from our school, from my son's school, before the school year started. A lot of people were asking about critical race theory being taught in the school, and if it was, they were going to pull their kids. And the school said, absolutely not. We do not engage in that nonsense, and we won't engage in it. My son is savvy. I trust my son to tell me if there's bullshit going on, if he's being asked particular questions, if he's being shamed because he's white, if he's being put in a box in school. I don't mean a literal box, but an ideological box. And I ask him about it. I trust him, but I don't trust him in certain areas. You know, you should never have 100% trust for anyone. But yeah, I make sure that I ask him about stuff frequently. How you teachers doing, boy? Oh, they're good. Who's your favorite teacher? You know, who do you like the least? Why don't you like them? Are they teaching you to be ashamed of your race? Are they telling you stories about the so-called African Americans? Look, guys, there's no such a fucking thing. You know, there's no such thing. No such things. You guys got to stop believing that bullshit. They reclassify blacks every fucking 10 or 15 years. I mean, no wonder there's fucking schizophrenia running through the culture. It's unbelievable that people accept this shit. They don't do it with any other race of people here. So why do they do it with them? Why is it accepted? It's fucking weird. You know, and I feel genuinely terrible for them. It shouldn't be that way. But I keep up on all of those issues, and I make sure that shit is not being taught to my son, that he's not being bombarded with that shit. The first time I hear about it, I'm gonna yank him. He's gonna be gone. No, I'm not doing that. I don't play that shit. School is for learning, and they're ruining these kids. And let me tell you something right now. I have no love at all for teachers. I don't like teachers. You submit the lesson plan. The curriculum, the syllabus is put out there. They know what they're going to be teaching. And if they make a conscious choice to teach that brain cancer to kids, fuck them. Fuck them. That's a wasted teaching license, in my opinion. No, thank you. And I feel the same fucking way about nurses and RNs. When I was dating, I would avoid nurses and RNs like the fucking plague. They are some of the most apathetic, lacking of empathy kind of people I've ever seen in my life. Is it all of them? Probably not. Unfortunately, I ran into 3 of them, 4 of them. They deal with that kind of shit all day. They become very jaded. And they tell you that they leave their work at work. No, they don't. No, they don't. They bring that work and that personality right along with them. It's in their purse. It's the fucking devil behind their ears. It's always there. I avoided them like the plague. But y'all didn't need to know that. Get to the bottom of this chat. Pull something up real quick. The Populous Pimp PPT. Most teachers are retarded broads. They're lazy morons. Just learn from home. I don't disagree with that. Anybody can see that men have almost exclusively been eliminated, driven from the education system, unless they are obvious leftist Marxists. That ain't good. That ain't good for nobody. 415 of y'all in the house. 499 Fonzies. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Obscene. 1 hour and 41 minutes. How much longer do we do this? I think we go to 2 hours. What do you think? Freighter, Satan the Hill. Satan the Hill? Did I get that right? I probably didn't get that right. Rockefeller started the public school system after the Civil War to dumb down the working class. I don't know if that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they fund both sides of the fucking wars, just like the Rothschilds do. Any war that breaks out, their money's involved somewhere. The scumbags. Ludwig WS, loving this stream. Oh, my, 505 likes. Has that ever happened on one of these lives? I don't know. 405 of y'all still in here, going strong, man. Love it. Love it. Red Sulfur, you still see male teachers in some countries like Turkey. Yeah, but that's much, much different. That's much different. I guarantee you that they're not leaky, whiny pussies. I guarantee it. I tell you what, without fear of having my fucking head handed to me, I would love to visit Istanbul. I would love to visit Constantinople, the Byzantine Empire. They're uncovering shit in Turkey that nobody has seen since the days of the Byzantine. And it's just fucking fascinating to see it. If you get the moments, if you get some time, when you get off of here or whatever, down the road, go and just enter that into your Google search or whatever search engine you use. Byzantine artifacts, Turkey found, 2020, 2019. Some amazing shit has been turning up. It's just such a shame that all we have of these things are relics. I wish we had been better record keepers from the past. I really do. I really do. Red, the chat is from the bottom upwards. Sometimes it's in reverse. I don't know what to say about that. Sorry about that. Polska Bob, nice. 500. MGTOW Wolf, you're still here. I'm still here, man. Look at these tired ass eyes. Look at this. Look at fucking bags under my eyes, man. Boy. Yeah. Come in here after breaking my ass. Went and took a shower. Said, man, I gotta give the fellas a stream. Gotta give the fellas a stream. And we did it. James Miller, I don't even eat trashy food. I'm picky what I put in my body. You should be. You should be. Almost everything out there that is for consumption has some kind of poison in it or some bullshit that if you eat enough of it will fucking mutate you. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how we do business. Just insane. Peculiar Safe 83 Hammerhand, best YouTube channel, hands down. I don't know about all that. I take the compliment, though. Thank you very much. Trance DJ. Fuck, man. Sorry, guys. It jumped again. Oh, come on. Let me get that back. I'm sorry, Trance DJ. Sorry about that, brother. Pan African MGTOW. MGTOW? Black MGTOW? Is that what that is? Patriarchal Patriot Power, MGTOW. There you go. Red Sulfur. Istanbul is safer than any big city in the United States. I would love to know where that info is coming from. I would. Glacial Chinchilla, the one in name. Race is the replacement for the class that was used in the user commie revolution. Yeah, I know. Everybody tries to get the population, whatever population it is. That is the first divide and conquer strategy, is to convince a particular race that they're being held down. That could be any race. It doesn't matter who it is. They just go after you and they fuck you. And there's just so many people out here now today that don't have a work ethic, and they've been raised. Now, I'm not saying that you should work your life away for a corporation. That is not a work ethic to me. You should work your life away for you. You know, you don't have to be fucking slave driven. You don't have to be beat up and broken down at 50. That shouldn't be happening, but it happens far too much. And people really don't know how to take care of themselves without the help of corporations. That's just fucked up. You know, the banks are so intertwined in everything. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. All of this stuff goes back to fucking padding pockets and open hands and dropping bundles of money on people to make sure that shit happened. They will gladly enslave you. Gladly. What other reason, what other purpose do you serve for them? None. You are here to be used and kicked. Fuck you, you motherfuckers. Scuba Cat. I'm somewhere near Georgia. My man. Particular Safe 83. The war is coming soon. Send all of the 304s from TikTok to fight. Oh, they won't fight. Those bitches will fold up so fucking fast it'll make your head spin. They'll become harems for motherfuckers out there. They will become comfort food for a whole bunch of warlords that will pop up overnight. I guarantee it. You're going to see all of them fucking sucker bitches that are out there talking about, I'm fresh. I'm independent. I got my shit. What? That's an AK what? You going to do what with it? Okay. Can I suck your dick? Please don't kill me. That's exactly what's going to happen. Exactly what's going to happen. If shit pops off, you thought OnlyFans was a success during the COVID era, you will never see the rush of hoes trying to get secured under warlords. You will never see that shit happen. If shit pops off, that's what's coming. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. If you're in the chat here and you see what's going on, you know that. You know that. All of these men out here, they ain't as nice as they appear. Some of them are cool. Some of them will keep you. Most of them just keep you as a toy. Especially if shit gets really, really rough. And that's a euphemism for fucking war. Domestic war. Too many people out here that are just itching for it. Man, I always fuck this guy's name up. Dozang Sand Games. We have lost more history than we have discovered for sure. I believe that shit. Red D at Hammerhand. Let's get 20 on the chat. What do you mean? What do you mean? Did I fuck something up? I don't know what you mean there. ER6, put your kids in K-12 like me. My kids love it. My kids ain't in, well, my son anyways. He's moving up a little bit. I like his school and I keep in touch with his teachers and I'm satisfied with their syllabus, with their program. So as long as anything stupid doesn't pop off, he'll probably graduate from that school. Moises, hey Hammerhand, you're right. The Turk culture is fascinating. Yes, it is. To me, it is. Smoke screens, LOL. What? Nothing's going to happen if you go to Turkey. Dude, it's really safe there. Look, I'll take your word for it, but you need to know. People say that it's really safe here in America. There are some places that you touch down at the airport, you're dead by the time you get down the block. That shit happens. You don't hear about it, but it happens. I just don't want to be one of them guys. Trance DJ, you're atting somebody. Vlad Tepes, do a video on heartbreak, one-itis, limerence? Limerence? I've never heard that word. Limerence? Heartbreak and one-itis. That might be something to do. It might be. Maybe. No promises, but maybe. Porcupine Party, thanks for being here. Hammerhand, well, thank you for being here, Porcupine. I appreciate that very much. That sounded really weird, but still, I appreciate you very much. The Populous Pimp. A lot of us are from Illinois. Illinois in here. One Fast Act, Alberta, Canada. Jim Bennett, don't bring any back with you. I wouldn't. I promise I wouldn't. Promise. Polska Bob, change your chat settings from top chat to live chat. Yes, you can do that. Dante Dobbins, 2 weeks left until my trade school. Oh, outstanding, man. Scuba Cat, big cities are fine. And it fucking jumped. What the fuck? I'm so sorry, guys. Didn't mean for that to happen. Captain Marvel, Hammerhand, lots of emojis. Captain Marvel. My least favorite Marvel movie ever. Pan-African MGTOW, Democratic Party still taking plays from Charles Manson, helter-skelter race war, manipulation of American black community, black conservatives with Trump MAGA. Yeah, I don't think that you're wrong. It's really dumbfounding that we have the history, we have the footprints, we have the genealogy of the Democratic Party, and it is fucking evil. It's just evil. And there's still millions of people out there that say, yay, Democrats. You can say the same thing for Republicans to a degree, but it's really fucked up on the Democratic side of things. There's nothing democratic about them. There's no democracy involved with them. And by the way, we are not in a democracy. We're not. This is a constitutional republic, and they're trying to wipe it away and turn it into a democracy. You guys need to figure that one out because it's fucked up. Anibak Ugu. Did I get that right? Anibak? But the so-called smart people in Western civilizations are all slaves getting their salad tossed. You ain't shitting. You ain't shitting, man. Jim Bennett, they say, don't pray for God, pray for human sacrifice. I don't know who says that, but I ain't with it. Nagone 11, who's looking for war out here? If you hang around social media enough, there's a lot of people that are praying for it. And a lot of them are in your governments. They live off of war. They can't operate peaceably. It's just not in their DNA. I would say sons of Cain, but I think that would go over the heads of a lot of people in this chat. And a lot of people would be very dismissive of that. But, well, fuck it. I said it anyways. So, Fortis King, I had an argument with a Turk chick about baklava, about how to make it, about how to eat it. Scuba Cat, I prefer dangerous peace to silent war. I think we've got a little bit of both. Duke, I Googled it. Turkey was ranked number 1, the United States, 79 times assault per capita. That's pretty fucked up. Uh-oh. My light's dying here. Let me plug my computer in. Make sure I don't lose you, men. Man, that's fucked up. Yeah, I really would love to go and see some of the ruins of the Byzantine Empire. That would be fucking amazing. That would be amazing. Dogs and games. I understand the sons of Cain. Yeah, there are a few of you that understand that. I don't know that it's true. They hide themselves well. Some of them do, anyways. Donald Matthews. Both parties are crap. I can't disagree with you on that. Both of them are pretty fucking shit. Pretty shit. Freighter Sate. I can't get the last part of that, bro. Sorry about that. Julius, you ever read the Psychopath's Bible? It's like accelerationists. I don't know what you're talking about there, bro. Retarded Dwarf. The Democrats and the Rhino Republicans are virtually the same thing. They are the same fucking thing. As far as I'm concerned, they're just agents. They're just agents. Think one party with two factions. This is what we have become. Absolutely. Absolutely. Socrates, preach. Hammer, preach. What's up, man? 1 hour, 55 minutes, almost 56. 383 of you still hanging on for dear life. Oh, man. 534 Fonzies. That's outstanding. I don't think I've ever gotten 500 and 535. There goes one right there. You guys are amazing. I think we'll cut this in about 5. I'll get down here and read a few more comments and engage with my brutas just a little more. I'm going to borrow that term from Undead. Rocket scientist Cain took a wife east of Eden. He has lots of ancestors. Yes. The Bigham, I hope I got that right. Pretty much the Constitution is dead with these many tyrants in government. And Hammer, you know why Potato Biden wants the troops back stateside. It's to go after us. Well, it may be to go after us, but 1 billion rounds of ammunition in private hands, about 500,000 firearms. I'm just saying. There's going to be a lot of people that if the government says we're going after these people because we consider them to be domestic terrorists, and you swore an oath to the Constitution, right? You swore an oath to the Constitution. All enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, we got to go after some domestic enemies. Right now, they call themselves MGTOW. They call themselves monks or red pillars. They're domestic terrorists. How hard do you think it would be to convince hundreds of thousands of the military and cops to go in and kill these people? I don't think that it would be hard at all. I think right now this is the preamble for justifying genocide. Who said that? What was his name? Stefan Molyneux. If you don't know who Stefan Molyneux is, look him up. And he's got a pretty famous video out there right now where he details this. And I think that he's done a good job with that. I don't agree with everything that he says, of course, but he doesn't look very fondly upon MGTOW or red pillars or monks, but we have a lot in common. And he said it very, very straight. That this is, he didn't say it's the preamble. Those were my words, but this is the preamble for genocide. This is the preamble for justifying how you're going to kill large portions of the population of your country that will not go along with your bullshit. And you're going to use the Constitution to do it. I don't think that it's going to be real hard at all to convince people to go and kill their own. I don't. There's a lot of people, millions of people, that aren't going to fold, and they're not going to back up anymore. And we're going to see what happens. Don't be surprised if this channel gets canceled, by the way. Unpopular opinion. Sorry, have to leave. To Monkey is starting his stream. To Monkey? is starting his stream on Trove now. All right, man. We'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate that greatly. MGTOW Live. Hi, all. What's up, MGTOW Live? How you doing? I always call this guy Socrates, and it's not Socrates. You know who I'm talking to. The story of your enslavement. Yes, sir. Fortis King, Jessica Biel was born in Eli. I didn't know that. Ascot Man, would not be hard to convince them to persecute MGTOW. No, they're already trying to do that. Cops are trigger happy, and the military are conditioned to obey without question. You're not wrong. I know that there's a lot of ex-military out there that would not take up arms against their citizenry, against their population, their people. But I know that there's a lot that would. There's a lot that would. It would surprise me if they all stood down to orders like that. It would surprise the hell out of me. Sean Dougherty, we will have a two-way rifle range. Yes, sir. Dimitri Valentine, meanwhile, the soy boys wearing hoodies, masks with two flags and a fist are on a rampage. That's all right. Those little motherfuckers are going to get theirs. They're going to be one of the first groups to get wiped out. Shit goes fucking stupid. They're going to be one of the first groups to get fucking smashed on. You're going to watch those guys get fucked in the ass in every city. Pardon my language. Polska Bob, be right back. We'll see you then, sir. We'll see you when you get back. Placebo Effect. Good evening, gents. What's up, Placebo? Long time no see, bro. Well, not long time, but yeah, you've been kind of sparse here recently. Timothy Sokol, 2 million guns bought just this year. Nice is backed 4 months. Nice, Nix is backed 4 months. I don't know what that means. M. Perlati, you were the first to enlighten me, sir. Well, I'm glad that you feel enlightened, but you must imbibe your red pills daily, and don't let it drive you mad. Enlightenment comes with a price. Julius Evely, yes, many would. Don't kid yourselves. I don't. Nate Dogg, that is why soldiers are so young. Peculiar Safe 83, they need to change it to Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve. They probably will try. I mean, they're already pushing the whole gay Jesus shit everywhere, those stupid fucking plays and movies and all of that faggot crap that they push. Pardon my language one more again. I have no sympathy for that kind of shit. You know, these people started out decades ago. We just want to be accepted. We don't want to be persecuted. We won't go after your kids. We won't push our shit down your throats. Well, here we are 35 years later. And all of that is happening. My ability to tolerate that shit is gone. Gone. I was a big supporter of live and let live. I'm not anymore. I'm not. Because you can't let people like this live and let live, because they won't fucking leave you alone. So now, fuck them. And I mean that. All of these fucking deviant people, all of these sexual deviants, fuck them. Got no time for that shit. Sorry if I'm fucking with y'all with that, but that's just the way it is. James Von Maxwell, the ginger hamster invading the stream. Oh, shit. At Luke Chase. Finally, cooling off here in St. Louis. Jesus, it is hot. Pan-African MGTOW. As long as I'm receiving military pension, I consider myself on the payroll in service of my country, foreign and domestic. CAG. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pan-African MGTOW. One more again. Freedom isn't free. Let's see if you can sit on the fence. I don't fence sit. I know exactly where I stand. Fortis King Hammer. Spitting some facts. Well, we got an incredibly fucking awesome chat going and some nuclear red pills being dropped in this chat. You guys are informed, and I love that. Y'all are awesome. You're awesome. James Von Maxwell. Hammer is exactly correct. The slippery slope is absolutely real. They didn't just want to live their lives. They wanted you to live your life the way that they wanted. And they want you to live your life the way that they would live your life. You see? You see it too much. It's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. They go to school, they convince these kids that they're fucked up, that boys are girls and girls are boys. And then they have the fucking nuts to try to take your kids from you when you correct that shit. It won't last too much longer. It won't. The thing that I don't fear, but I didn't want to see in my lifetime is, like I said earlier in this stream, a fucking bloodbath of biblical proportions. I don't want to see it, but I just don't see how we're going to get past it. So, maybe everybody just fucking rolls over and just accepts it. I don't know. Daniel Green, an article shows a female army sergeant wanting to shoot fellow citizens. Her name is Cindy Bronson. It's Sergeant Bronson. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That's some shit, ain't it? Ain't that some shit? Trance DJ at Julius Evil. Yes, I've done that before too. It's messed up. Try modeling sensitive words with numbers or symbols. I got into some silly shit there. Sorry about that, gents. I'm in somebody else's conversation. Fortis King, lightning in the sky here. His voice thunders from the heavens, shakes the very ground as it should. Sean Dougherty, Australia is completely screwed because of feminism. Well, that's a lot of it. It's a lot of it, especially, I'm sure that this will be offensive to somebody, and I don't give a fuck. Especially when you allow women into your political structure. Enormous mistakes. Enormous mistakes. Women can do it so much better. We're not warmongers like men. Well, that's been disproven. Women are the biggest mass murderers in the history of history. They kill their own kids 1 billion times. Anything that they say falls on deaf ears. I don't hear them anymore. I don't see them anymore. They're a fucking nuisance. I need a big can of Raid for all of those fucking roaches. Can't stand those motherfuckers. Pardon me. The Bigum. Sadly, I think what will happen is that those many refugees from Islamic states will take it to the feminists and those with variant lifestyles. You're beginning to see that germinate in Britain and France and Germany. You're beginning to see those things happen. Boom, boom. 90s Network Productions at Hammerhand. I never had issues with the LGBT until they started coming after kids. They just won't be happy until things go back to when I was a kid with gays getting jumped on. I don't want nobody to get harmed. You know what I'm saying? But there's a fucking line to be drawn. I don't have to like somebody. I don't have to support their lifestyle for them to live their life in peace. You see? It's never about living their life in peace. It's always about trying to butt fuck you, pardon the pun, out of your rights to dislike them. I don't like them. They're antithetical to life. Two fucking broads scissoring and two dudes monkey humping doesn't make babies. It doesn't make life. It's antithetical to life. As far as I'm concerned, it's anti-life. You see? If you want to go out and fuck trees and climb fences and swing from vines, go do it, but don't ask me to bless you. Don't ask for my permission. Don't tell me that I have to do it because you're doing it. That's what you get with these fucking folks, with their lobby groups, with all of this shit that they do. I can't stand that shit. You want to go marry another guy if you're a guy? You want to go marry another girl if you're a girl? Go do it. You have the right now to be just as fucking miserable as the normies. Go be that. I can't wait to see which one of you has to pay child support or alimony. That should be fun. But I don't give a fuck about these folks and their lifestyle, but for some strange reason, they have to give a fuck about me not giving a fuck. That's what I don't like. Mr. E, I think she went all feminism. Santa Claus in the house from the North Pole. Wow. at R-Man, and I'm good, by the way. Just watched Medicare's stream. Is Medicare back on? I thought Mr. Medicare was canceled out. I thought that they killed his channel. That's awesome. Unless it's a new channel. MGTOW Live, we no longer have freedom in Australia. I know. Everybody around the world is seeing that fucking shit. I can't believe that the people are just sitting there taking that shit. We see your ministers and your health officials get up on TV. If you think that you cannot take the shot, well, you're just wrong. I want to fucking karate chop these motherfuckers right in the jawbone. All of them. Yeah, this is definitely not how Australia was founded. And my God, what happened? What happened? I mean, you can say the same thing here, but to a much lesser degree. People just don't give a fuck here. We're not doing this. So we'll see. We'll see. Fiendish Papers Beta. That's great. Silver Bullet. Murder is murder. It always has been. Onibakugu. Australians gave up their guns too. Now they're fucked. Yeah, they're fucked. Polska Bob, Master Wrench. This crazy train of fuckery has no brakes. You goddamn right. The only thing that is going to stop this is the citizenry. That's it. The realization that it's not going to go any fucking farther on their part, but they're not going to wake up to that without force. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Don't want to see that shit. Don't want to see that. But, you know, I'm not going to have somebody tell me that I have to take a stab, that somebody's going to pump a bunch of poison into my fucking body when I'm not sick, when I feel no effects, there's nothing wrong with me, but I still got to go get fucking duped up. That ain't fucking happening. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Fuck that shit. Ooh, and it fucking jumped again. Fuck me. Sorry about that, guys. James Young at Hammerhand. It seems that gay people want to bring it out what they do behind closed doors to everyone. Look, I don't give a fuck what they do. You know, I really don't. I think trying to shove it in people's faces to try to normalize this shit, that's the end goal for all of this crap, is to normalize that shit. And then you have this certain section of people that are trying to cozy up to the established gays and lesbians. You know, it used to be GLAD, you know, gay, lesbian. And then all of a sudden the girls got put in front of the guys. Even in fucking homosexual circles, the bitches got to come first, right? I can't stand that shit. Now you got these fuckwads like Nambla, you know, that are trying to cozy up to them and get put in under that umbrella. You have people coming out now saying that wanting to fuck kids, you know, it's a preference. It's a preference. You know, sort of like shitting in your hand and wiping it all over your head. It's just a preference. It's preference. Well, my preference is to blow your fucking head off if you do that and I find out about it. That's my preference. That's where I draw the line with all kinds of shit. There is a line to be drawn, and that's one of them. James Von Maxwell at Tall the Sentient. I mute you. What? Somebody getting muted? Don't mute people. Trans Gamer, Totterats. I don't know what that is. Never heard that. Mr. E, the vaccine is the new caste system. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Knowledge is power. Mr. Lundy is in the house. Good point. It's anti-life. That's how I view it. Now, I've never heard anybody say that before, but that's how I view it. It is anti-life. It's a waste of life. It's a waste of a potential to make life. And if it were a natural condition, this species would not exist. We wouldn't be here to have the discussion. So that's how you know it's fucked up and it's not normal. And people turning their backs on this shit. And what's worse, in my opinion, embracing it and saying that it's cool, that it's fine. That's the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem. You're taking people that are really fucked up in the head, that have these, like Chronic would say, like Undead Chronic would say, these dysgenic genes, these mutant fucking thoughts. That's what's really fucked up, is the acceptance of this kind of crap. This shouldn't be accepted, in my opinion. It shouldn't be normalized. It should be shamed. It should be vilified. But that's just my opinion. And I know that there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't agree with that. Transgamer Balk, Mark Bravo, see you. Daniel Green, the homosexual lifestyle has become a de facto religion. Sure it has. Our man at James Von Maxwell, I was going to mention just that. They just wanted to be left alone in the beginning and to do their thing. Now they just want us to bow down. You're fucking right about that. And fuck them, because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. James Von Maxwell, the ginger hamster, master wrench, that's a mouthful. There has got to be some reason the government is pushing this as hard as they are. Money. Billions. Yeah, they're pushing it because they're in bed with Big Pharma. You see, they're pushing it because they know that it's lethal to a lot of the population, especially the elderly. What's the biggest fucking drain on the economy right now? It's all of those people that are retired, sitting there, doing nothing, having earned their right to do nothing, getting paid. It's the biggest drain on the economy, besides the fucking criminals that are in the White House. Tall the Sentient, sometimes, hardy har har. James Von Maxwell, no, I just read that. I ain't reading it twice, boy. Julius Evola, yeah, I saw that Australian female talking about restrictions, the eternal Jew. I don't know what that means. Juan Cardona, the first thing I hear is karate chop their bones. Lovely. I karate chop their fucking jawbones, man. They make me fucking sick. It makes my skin crawl when those people start talking. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. There's something not right about that kind of shit being blasted out over the airwaves like that. Like it's normal. There's nothing normal about what's going on. Polska Bob, hey, knowledge is power. A big fan of you. That's Thomas Lundy, for those of you that don't know. Got fucking canceled, which sucked because he had a good channel, and now he's got a good channel again. If you guys don't know who Knowledge of Power is, give the man a sub. Go over there, take a peek. If he's your style, sub him up, man. He deserves it. Rusty Knife, Australia was founded as a prison state, and I guess that's where it's going back to. Well, it was a penal colony, and they were some tough motherfuckers, and they are dishonoring. They're dishonoring their heritage. They really are. But I have a feeling. Seeing the shit that I've seen over the last couple of days, that the Aussies are getting fucking fed up. That they're getting fed up, and that they're about ready to explode. Mr. Hot Toddy, Australia has been reduced back to a prison colony ruled by tyrants. Our man at Santa Claus, yeah, and some of those people are in my family, and we can't get along anymore. James Von Maxwell at Polska Bob, this motherfucker jumped again. Well, I got you again, James, so we're going to do you again. Ginger Hamster at Chris Mitchell. Hey, Chris at MGTOW Life, right back at you. Barfly 13 Hammer. Your truth bombs are 500 pounders. Hey, man, I'm almost a 500 pounder. Fuck me and fuck a bitch. Don't really fuck the bitch. I'm just saying. Clown Shoes. Hammer. My wife tried to throw me out this morning. She took my kids and left. I'm confused, man. Well, the first thing that I would do is, if this is legit, is go get your kids. There's nothing that she can do. Go get your kids. Try not to make it traumatic for your kids. You don't want to put them through any shit. If there's a possibility of saving your union, I would work on that. And remember that child support is voluntary. Don't fall for that bullshit. Absolutely sue for 50-50 custody or full custody. Women are unfit to raise children. I said it. They're unfit to raise children. The motherfucking things that are out here now today resemble females. They're not. They're not. They're not. Females are long dead and gone. And you can say the same thing about the vast majority of men. Now all you have out here are a bunch of fucking facsimiles just bumping into each other. Fucking motherfuckers. AutoZone, transhumanism, the internet of bodies, the internet. Yes, sir. Scuba Cat, you can trick idiots really easy. And if it's smart opposition, you can ally with the individual's symbolic style. Yeah. Yes, I agree. The Bigum, James Von Maxwell, the man with a golden voice, as Terrence Popp would say. Solitude is profit. Hey, man, long time no see. Transhumanism is the future. JB Momini, I have some health problems now. Every time I go to the hospital, they ask me if I would like to volunteer my vaccination status. I'm afraid I'll be barred from medical treatment soon. I'll tell you what, as much as I need the shit that I've got, and I'll talk about that in a future video, if they said, well, we can no longer help you or service you until you get this, I would just go ahead and make my final arrangements and give them the fucking finger is what I would do. And I mean that. I mean that. Because I'm not going to be pushed into this shit. I'm built a little bit differently when it comes to stuff like that. If I know that my end days are right around the corner and coming, I'm very comfortable with that. I have no issues with that. I'd like to live 20 more years. But if I don't, then I don't. It's been a good ride. But I won't suffer the idiocy that these people put forth. I just will not do it. I will not participate in their delusion. Fuck them. Polska Bob, walk into the bar, still hot as fuck out. Damn, boy. David Trick, did I get that right? I probably didn't. Self-respect and a stern outlook. Take back the patriarchy. Without upright men, the world is slipping further and further down the drain. It's going to go a lot further down the drain before things start to improve. Afghanistan is only one of the first chips that's going to fall. You're going to see some major shit going down, and it's not going to take long. The weakness and pathetic outward look that the current administration has emboldened everybody around the world to just kick this country right in the nuts. And they're going to. They're going to. They got they got manhandled pretty much for the prior 4 years, so they're gonna get a little payback. I guarantee you, they're gonna get a little payback. James Von Maxwell at the Lone Star Savage, they're not just trying. Red, it's going south real quick. Yes, it is. Fat Dog, 10 more years will be more than I can handle these days. Successful endeavors, Master Wrench. I've had a great life. I'd rather meet God without getting the mark of the beast. Absolutely. Polska Bob, Master Wrench. Some Colombian marching powder. That hamster. Red Sulfur. Kabul is probably safer than most hipster hoods anyhow. I wouldn't say that. I know that, I'm sure that's probably tongue-in-cheek joking, but yeah, I wouldn't say that. Kabul right now is deadly. It's deadly right now. Julius Evola at Hammerhand. Did you watch the E. Michael Jones versus Jared Taylor debate? No, I did not. But Jared Taylor I find to be very, very capable of handling himself. But I think that he could get run over because he's so polite, and doesn't want to talk over people. I haven't seen the debate, but it is something that I would like to watch. Glacial Chinchilla, payback will just turn into red pills. Gorilla Bear Tech, what do you think the mark of the beast will be, Hammer? I think it's anything. It can be anything that puts you under total control. We're almost there. I think the mark of the beast is represented as 666, right? But I think that the mark of the beast is anything that takes your soul from you. Anything that takes your sovereignty from you. And there's a lot of that out there now. There's so many ways to just lose everything over a bad choice, a bad decision, somebody trying to be a dictator. And there's no shortage of petty tyrants out here today. No shortage whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not convinced that it's a number. You could easily call these so-called vaccinations, these DNA altering shots, the mark of the beast. Maybe nothing happens, but the fact that you were coerced, the fact that you could have been cowardly, the fact that you acquiesced to it is all that they need to know. That's all that they need to know. So I think that the mark of the beast could be just about anything. It could be just about anything. It just depends. Just depends. Excuse me. Fortis King, Revelations 14:9, 10. Yes, sir. Mark Bravo, having a wife, 666. Onibak Ugu, the mark of the beast is that nano chip in the vax. Do you know what the vax will eventually rewrite your DNA? Well, they said it out loud. They said it out loud. It's an mRNA sequencer, right? They don't know what it's going to do. They don't know what it's going to do. Well, they might have an idea that it's going to kill you, or that it'll make you infertile, or that it will contaminate your fucking blood. You know, it's not going anywhere once it's there. So, yeah, there's no fucking way. No way. We don't need the vast majority of vaccines that are administered to people when they are growing up. You don't need them. You don't need them. You think about the 60 years or so, 70 years that this kind of shit's been going on. Think about the damage that has done to the chromosomes going down the line there. Each successive generation of people being born with that corrupt fucking DNA or that altered DNA. It's not hard to see that it's showing up, like, for example, in testosterone levels, in estrogen levels in men. That shit didn't just drop out of the sky. You know, we're all kind of lab rats. People are real comfortable with that shit, and they shouldn't be, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Frankly, my dear, done a blazing hot track day at a road course recently. Not a muzzle in sight. There's hope. Sean Dougherty, any Canadians in the stream? I think we got a few in here, yeah. Scuba Cat, it's an RNA modifier. Okay. Red Sulfur, I disbelieve all info, disinfo, misinfo from all sides. Yeah, man, just about everything that you've got coming out now is some kind of propaganda. The law that our news agencies were not allowed to disseminate propaganda to the American public was revoked under Obama. That was intentional. So everything that you see now, these so-called news agencies, they're not news agencies. They're opinion pieces, they're talk radio, and most of all, they're propagandists now. Full-on propagandists. You can't believe anything. You can't believe anything. It's all fucked. Very fucked. Red Sulfur, I just read that shit. Sorry, bro. Polka Bob, Master Wrench. Englewood, the southeast side and the west side is where you get shot. Still I rise. Vaccines were for pox and plagues, not common colds. I agree with you 100%. 100%. And polio. And that's it. There's been a fucking cure since polio. So what's it all for? What is it all for? Money? Is it a fucking 70-year-long placebo effect? Pardon my pun, placebo effect. I know you're in there. MGTOW Life, we can help you at the clown shoes. Wacko, recently Carl Schwab from World Economic Forum pointed out that 5G and smart tattoos will be recording our body data and so on. Of course, they're already doing it. They're already doing it. 365 of you still in here at 2.5 hours, almost 600 Fonzies, man. Insane. I don't know where you guys get your fortitude from. I really don't. Scuba Cat, look no further than the dude scanning people with a lint roller before they went inside a building. Fucking A. Mr. E just makes me want to stay indoors and smoke some undead chronic. Goodness gracious me. Alan Bruce, yo, Hammerhand, hi from Commie, Canada. God damn, you guys are in fucking trouble. You guys are in trouble up there. Disgusted in the bullshit going on up here. You should be, bro. You should be. Scuba Cat, people are conditioned to put their hands up. I told a drunk chick to watch out because she was walking sideways across the crosswalk about to get run over, and she put her hands up. Polska Bob, Big Pharma is still pissed at Jonas Salk. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. James Von Maxwell, at Alan Bruce, you mean the country where people are put in prison for holding a church service? Yeah, I think you guys up north are truly fucked. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's some big fucking problems there. It's stunning. It's stunning to look back just a few years and looking forward to this. You could not call this. You could not say that that's what was going to happen. And if somebody told you that, it'd be like, nah. Yeah, man, we're fucked. We're fucked. So how do we unfuck ourselves? You start standing your ground. You know, that's how you unfuck yourself. And you deal with the consequences that come with it. And it's not going to be easy for a lot of people. But that's just my opinion. Red Sulfur, that is amazing. The Quack, crazy old man wisdom is the aphrodisiac of the soul. So I hear. Are those voices that I hear? I'm not sure. Where's my oatmeal? Where's the press meeting? I gotta go. You're on the air. What's wrong with my hair? You're on the air, asshole. Oh, where's my podium? Fuck a bitch. B-Bow 93. Some of us have more testicular fortitude. Absolutely. Dreddy G. Hammerhand. How are you, my man? I'm good. I'm chilling. Just sitting here entertaining the fellas for like 2.5 hours. It's obscene. It's really obscene. I think we have an obsession. I'm not quite sure, though. Will you be doing a video about the new and improved Tom Leykis? There are torrents of his old shows out there from way back to 2003, 2009. Tom Leykis. You got to wonder what's going on in a person's head when they demonstrate glee at the death of somebody's 1-year-old child. It's not even a joke. It's not funny. To me, it's kind of heartbreaking that somebody could actually be that disconnected from life that they would find any kind of humor or joy in somebody's child dying. That has to be the hardest thing that any parent will face. Any loving parent, I will say. Somebody that is invested in their child or children. Tom Leykis was dropping red pills for the majority of his life. And those red pills are valuable. That Tom Leykis, I fully support. The Tom Leykis that dropped that tweet, I don't know that guy. And going forward, I don't know that guy. And I don't care what he says other than I made a disastrous mistake to drop that piece of shit tweet. And I apologize. And even then, I'm still not going to listen to his shit anymore. You know, when I was growing up, I suffered betrayal from friends like a lot of you did. And occasionally, when those friends had given me gifts or I had something from them, a memento, something of that nature, and they stuck the fucking knife in, I made sure that I gathered up everything that they had given to me and I gave it back. If it was one thing or three things, five things, whatever. I don't hold on to things when the things that those people, you know, those people gave to me, it's meaningless. At that point, it's meaningless. It has no meaning. All the meaning was sucked out by the betrayal. So that's kind of how I view Lycus. I'm sad, really, that he decided to do something as fucking dumb as demonstrating glee at the death of somebody's child, and then trying to politicize it on top of that. Shows me that the man that we all listened to and all regarded as one of the forefathers of MGTOW or Red Pill is not the same guy anymore. Those are my thoughts. And I guess we can consider this that video because that fucking guy, I don't wish death on him, but I don't belly up to the bar with people that do things like that. And if it means cutting out that red pill knowledge and cutting out that cancer at the same time, then that's what I'll do. As far as I'm concerned, Tom Leykis is done and over. And he should really sit back and get a little bit of perspective. That's one of the most fucked up things that you can do, is demonstrate glee at somebody's kid dying. Yeah. No thanks. No thanks. Pulse Kebab, peace out, gentlemen. Everyone have a good night. Yes, sir. You too. You too. Gorilla Bear Tech, Tom Leykis has cancer. No, Tom Leykis has become a cancer, a social cancer. It's a shame. It is. It's a shame. I'm not telling you what to do. You go out there and listen till your heart's content. He has a lot of entertaining shit out there from years past. But you can't count on me to quote him anymore or listen to his shit anymore or bring him up anymore. I have boundaries. And I have always had problems with people that think that it's acceptable to do those kinds of things. You see, morals, ethics, values, principles. That comment that he made, that he dropped, that he typed out and thought about putting out and then did it, show me that he has none of those. And that's in direct conflict with me. So goodbye. Goodbye. It's not about being political. It's not about Donald Trump or Joe Biden or left or right or blue or red. It's about not being self-aware enough to understand what a piece of shit fucking thing that is to do. That's what it's about. For me. That's just me. Rodney Jarvis, cult of personality is the American way. Yes, sir. And we export that to every country in the world and infect everybody. This country is number one when it comes to fucking up other people's cultures. We do it well. Gorilla Bear Tech, Arnold said specifically, screw your freedom. Yeah, we dropped Arnold Schwarzenegger off too. Longtime supporter of Arnold Schwarzenegger. These motherfuckers are coming out of the woodwork now, trying to outdo one another with this nonsense. Schwarzenegger should know better. Considering where he came from at the point in time that he came from there, he should absolutely know better. Ran as a Republican for California, won the state. There's no fucking way that that's accidental. It wasn't a slip of the tongue. He didn't misspeak. He said exactly what he meant to say. So it shows you that that shit is deeply ingrained in those kinds of people, like those Eastern Europeans. It's deeply ingrained in them. They have a willingness to sacrifice freedom for security. And it's not even real security. David Smith, unfortunately, Lycus is and always will be a shock jock. That's what they do. Yes, I don't disagree with you on that. James Von Maxwell, Master Wrench, at Success Pool Endeavors, it's just a matter of time. They always self-reveal. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And it is just a matter of time. Somebody else will come out here in the not too distant future and they'll be a fucking moron too. And it'll be another fucking movie that I can't buy or won't buy because I do not support these people and these views. I put my fucking money where my mouth is. Those people that come out for freedom, I'm all about it. All about it. Are there excesses in freedom? Yes, there can be excesses in freedom, things that are dangerous. It wouldn't be that hard at all for somebody from fucking NAMBLA to use what they do and call it a freedom. I just want the freedom to fuck kids. Is that dangerous? Fuck yeah, it's dangerous. Is it an excess? Yes, it's an excess. And it shouldn't be allowed. So we have to have the common sense to know where to draw the lines. And that's something that is sorely needed. It is very diminished out here. There's not a lot of common sense out there. It's shocking. I've said that about 15 times in this video right here that we're making, but it is shocking to see just how badly people have been degraded, and they accept that degradation. They accept humiliation like they're going to get a bag of fucking Skittles. It just ain't a thing. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. MGTOW Life, Luke Durkin. We're talking about Tom Likas. Brizzy boy. Hey, it's been a long time, bro. Success Pool Endeavors. Hello. Hope you're well. Nagone 11. Tom used to fry the 304s when they came on his show. Yeah, he did. He used to smoke them up good, get them really, really fucking pissed off. But they never had an answer for what he was saying. They were just mad that somebody was saying something about a woman. That's how most women operate. Pearl clutching motherfuckers. How dare you say something about it? Fuck you. You're not a woman anymore. Not even a woman anymore. You're not even a fucking woman anymore. You think that these things that are running around on TikTok doing their thing, 50 years old, I'm going out on my first fucking date in 25 years. Really? Really? Got your fucking tits hanging out. Everybody that's on this fucking app, they build themselves as conservatives. They build themselves as homemakers. I've got a child or two children, and the daddy was blardy blar. Every fucking one of them, right down the line, times a million. The fella sucks and was at fault. Every one of them. Every one of them. It wouldn't really shock me if it was true, except I know that it's not true. I know that for a fact. They have, okay, here's the part where I get some people pissed off. They have too much freedom. Too much. That 19th Amendment has to go. It's got to go. Or they have to figure out how to deal with themselves. The 19th Amendment is a real fucking problem. It's a real problem. Gorilla Bear Tech, what exactly did he say? Sorry, the computer I'm using does not have loudspeakers. Hammer. That's all right, bro. It's not. He made a very, very, very fucking stupid mistake. Or maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe that's what he wanted it to be. But he made a really dumb fucking error in judgment. and demonstrated glee, happiness at the fact that somebody's child died. And then he tried to link it to Trump, and he called this kid, this dead kid, a Trump tard. He tried to politicize it. It's just a real piece of fucking shit thing to do. And I don't hang around pieces of shit, low character motherfuckers. I don't hang around them. Do you know why? Because it's a reflection on me. The company that you keep is a reflection on you. So if you hang out with shady motherfuckers, low character, low value men and women, that's what you are. You can't just cast them off and say, oh, well, I didn't know. Yeah, you knew. You knew. So people that demonstrate that kind of shit, I don't keep company with them anymore. That's why I'm a pretty solitary kind of guy. And I'm sure most of you in this chat feel the same way. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm sure that you do. Scuba Cat, what do you mean? What do you mean, sup? I'm sorry, I don't get that one. Gorilla Bear Tech, this desktop only gets so loud. My apologies. I can't hear you. I don't know what you mean by that. I hope you can hear me. Never at Tom, like a situation reminds me of the F&F fiasco. It's just not as bad as the fucking Fresh and Fit shit. The Fresh and Fit thing, it was what the fuck? You know, look, you can follow who you want. Go follow who you want. You want to follow somebody that specializes in shitting on broads? Go follow them. You want to follow somebody that specializes in eating cheeseburgers all day? Go follow them. But in my opinion, anybody that is still subbed to that channel endorses what those motherfuckers did. That what we just got done talking about, that shit is a reflection of you, the company that you keep. It also holds true for these shady motherfuckers on YouTube or Instagram or any other place where this kind of an exchange can take place. A lot of folks didn't see the interview that Abba did with one of his subs that actually went and attacked that fucking woman, verbally attacked her, of course, not physically, but verbally attacked that woman that they doxed on their show, the one that he tried to arrange a fuck session with. And he was dangling the show, trying to get her to bite down on that, using the show, using that podcast as leverage. She kept all of the texts. And when they doxed her, she let the fucking text fly. Now, they tried to get out in front of it and make it like it wasn't a thing. These motherfuckers are really scummy, like really scummy. And when you decide to stay subbed to a channel like that, you're endorsing it. You're saying, oh, that wasn't bad enough. Oh, it's a fucking bitch. It's a broad. So fucking what? That is not male self-improvement. That is male degradation. That is participating in the degradation, the doxing, and humiliation of someone else and yourself. Those are motherfuckers, all of them, all the way around, that have none of those core attributes that I constantly mention. They have none of that. Those two assholes reduced themselves to what we called them months ago. They're just pickup guys with enough confidence to get on a fucking mic. How the fuck are you going to tell me or anybody else how to be a man, how to get your game up, how to get your balls tight? Huh? How are you going to tell me that when you buy pussy? How do you preach something that you don't do? I don't know. Do you? That's a fucking scam. It's a full-on fucking scam. It's a hand job with no payoff. And all of these motherfuckers are running around going to conferences for masculine excellence, charging $1,000, $2,000 a seat, fucking fleecing these guys because they use these guys' hope and desperation against them. And that is why I tell you constantly, get your fucking biology in hand. Take control of what's going on in your body and safeguard yourself. Don't let these motherfuckers come into your life and ruin your life. Being lonely is a condition of being alive. It doesn't mean that you're missing out on anything. Stop listening to these fucking people, man. All these people do is fleece motherfuckers and get them in deeper than they already were. They bury guys. They're fucking morons. Success Pool Endeavors, Brizzy. We're seeing a lot of disturbing things coming out of Australia. Yeah. Vanish Mantle 4, I think it's 4, at James Von Maxwell. Isn't it interesting that women are the ones who seem to push the U.S. versus the hardest, but pretend like everything is good? Most of these people don't have an inkling of where we are socially, civically, societally. They don't know. They don't know. You know, one guy that exposes the shit out of this is Mark Dice. I don't know if you know who Mark Dice is. He made himself kind of famous by doing that man on the beach reporting style a number of years ago. And he recently went back to it for a few videos. And my God, the stupid things that he would say to people that they would validate. They would sign off on it. Talking about arresting Trump supporters. We just need you to sign on the dotted line here, this petition, because they shouldn't be able to badmouth, the president. And these fucking people by the bucket loads are signing a fake petition to arrest people over their fucking opinion. Over their opinion. That shows you how far gone we are. And a lot of normies that have any political inclination don't understand that. They don't get that. And I didn't finish your deal there. They are perfect agents for the divide and conquer. They always will be. Rodney Jarvis, Manchurian candidate. Yeah, times a million. There's a fucking Manchurian candidate on every corner now. I always get this guy's name wrong. Scrocrates. I know I fucked that up. Yeah, the Austrian authoritarian isn't a good look on him. No, it's not. Captain Will, what did Arnold do? Arnold flushed about 40 fucking years of credibility down the toilet when he told people, screw your freedom, go get a shot. JD, he is a good example that testosterone is not synonymous with masculinity or being a man. I think he's still got high test and he's a man, but he's a man with fucked up opinions. He's a man with fucked up opinions. Arnold Schwarzenegger has lived a fantastic life from start to whenever it finishes. A fantastic life. How many times do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger ever had to worry about food in his belly for a day, 2 days, 10 days? Been on a street? Never. I can't take away from him what he did because he did it. It's an incredible fucking feat. He's one of the rarest people, I think, on earth that is currently living. But you can wipe all of that away in 15 seconds by being a fucking moron with your opinions. And I think that he's done that. And it's sad. It's sad. Never rate corporations are Janet jumped. I'll go back and try to find it, bro. I'm sorry about that. King D, just saying, a lot of people don't know that YouTube is filled with feds. Seen lots of people get set up. Of course. Remember all the people that tried to the whole fucking group that went to try to plan the kidnapping of that Michigan governor. Gretchen somebody, whatever the fuck her name is. She's a moron. She's a fucking moron. If a head of cabbage ran against her, I think the cabbage would win. There's a whole fucking group, supposedly of militia men, were planning a kidnapping deal, right? They were going to kidnap her. And then what happens? It's revealed that 6 out of 8 were federally placed, were agents. You see? So they set the whole fucking thing up and they snared a couple of assholes on the side that thought it was a good idea to go and try this woman for crimes against humanity, which actually, yeah, don't be surprised when I get a knock on the door. I won't be surprised. Kendall Regan, Master Wrench. What's up, Tico? Is Tico Tren in here? I haven't seen Tico. Oh, there he is right there. Tico Tren, Red Pill. What's up, brother man? I hope you haven't seen the inside of trunks with nasty, mad fucking women. Nobody knows what that means except Tico and me and Ken. So, well, maybe Success Pool does. Kendall Regan, I am in the Seattle area. Maxwell Auto Zone. His ripping Alex Jones videos were hilarious. MGTOW Live, no longer the lucky country. MGTOW Cowboy, Hammerhand. I respectfully disagree, sir. Nothing wrong with hiring a pro, in my opinion. Okay. How many of these pros out here have you seen now that are tossing around the idea that they have been raped? I paid money for the sex. That's what I wanted. Well, I told him to stop and it hurt, so I got raped. I'm not trying to hold you to a standard that doesn't matter. All I'm saying is the social dynamic between men and women is completely fucked up. You see, men understand what actual rape is. Men understand what actual sexual assault or harassment is. Women don't. Women don't. A bad date now can lead to some really fucked up charges. Really fucked up charges. How many porno actresses have been involved in shit like this, like with Michael Avenatti, Mr. Nike extortion expert? 2, 3 with just him. Stormy Daniels and a couple of others, right? Professional whores. They're whores. But they're still out there accusing. They're still out there using that shit to try to make political movements happen. It's about the only thing that moves the needle anymore. Aggression towards women, even when they deserve it. Fucking around with kids. It's about the only thing that moves the needle. Nothing else works. Hiring a professional is, I think, less risky than fucking with a college-age girl today. The professional is about their money, right? But if they get low, if they start talking to somebody that is going to convince them that what they're doing is actually being victimized instead of offering a service, you might just be the guy that lands on do not pass go, do not collect $200. And I'm not willing to take that chance. It's one of the reasons that I became a monk. It's not hard to read the tea leaves. It's not hard to see what's going on out here. It's completely backwards. And until this starts to get changed, in my opinion only now, my opinion, until this starts to get changed and worked out, I wouldn't dare approach anybody for anything. Being a monk for me is the safest thing. It's the safest option. Excuse me. That and controlling your biology, getting your fucking biology in hand, no pun intended, and not suffering the effects of this shit. It's a blessing to me. It's a blessing. And I prayed for that shit and finally got to a point where it happened. And congratulations to me. Timothy Sokol, I have to live and work in California between the homeless hordes and the gangs. I'm packing and carry 3 mags daily. You probably need that just to get to the fucking lunch line. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Success Pool Endeavors, some of the PUAs have legal firms as sponsors. If you listen to their bad advice, you need those legal firms. They make money on both ends. It's disgusting. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Let me get to the bottom of the chat here, gents. Dr. Jeep, I do not talk to women unless I have to. At work, mainly, and most of them I can count in single digits how many words I have had with them. Yeah, it's about the same for me. I told you it's been about a few months. Yeah, a few months back that they just hired this lesbian chick over there. And she's working out pretty good. You know, she's not an asshole. She's not political. Her wife comes in to see her every once in a while. It's like, I got to go to the other end of the shop for that shit. That's just, it's nauseating. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? Nagone 11 Hammerhand is making big sense here. Well, I'm a big fella. So, yeah, sure. Phil D's Hammerhand, favorite Marvel movie? Oh, that's a tough question. Right off the top of my head, Civil War. Civil War. You know, it twisted the comic book Civil War, but Civil War, then Avengers, then the second Avengers. Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. Captain America: The First Avenger, I thought was pretty damn good. You know, for what it was, I thought it was pretty good. What else? I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that was lightning in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? James Gunn, everybody was just touting that motherfucker. The greatest fucking thing ever since sliced bread. And I think that was lightning in a bottle. Because everything that he's done after that, I didn't really care for Guardians 2. I mean, it was okay. The fucking humor makes me want to puke. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand it. It's fucking in everything. I can't stand it. Some people may like it and it's cool with them. They don't even notice it. That's cool. That's cool. Do you? But for me, I can't stand that humor. It's forced. It's not natural to me. It's not normal. You know, I didn't like Guardians 2. He did the Suicide Squad, the second Suicide Squad, and it was fucking terrible. It was terrible. It was awful. Did not like the Suicide Squad at all. Fucking terrible. But yeah, I think Civil War would be my go-to movie in the Marvel universe. 372 of you mad son of bitches still hanging on. 630 A's. Gents, I'm going to pop to the bottom here, read a couple of more, and I think we're going to call it a night. Here we go. James Von Maxwell, Master Wrench. Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty fun. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the first one. Nancy Drew, Santa Claus Hammer Rocks. Man, thank you, Nancy Drew. I appreciate that very much. Chris Sherman. Yes, I know. I only trust Christians. Some Christians. Brizzy Boy, MGTOW Life. 22 years a monk, and my life is great. And the body cam was the best investment I ever made. I still got to get one of those. A fucking body cam. You absolutely need it today. What a shit fucking world when you need a body cam. Man, it's just ridiculous. Our man at Dr. Jeep. Many I know around here do just that, but end up marring the ones whose weight loss plan is meth. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about, but I stumbled into something. Oldie One Kenobi. Yep. Lightning in a bottle. 100% fully agree. Luke Durkin, hell yeah, First Avenger was great. Same on Guardians. Michael McKinney, I am a loner most of the time for this very reason. So many are fucked up these days. I avoid them like the plague. Goddamn right, man. I don't look, it's completely selfish on my part. I don't want to let somebody into my life and then lose everything. And that's fucking crazy talk. You know? 10 years ago, if you had said something like that, you'd have been laughed out of the fucking room. Today, it's legit. I don't want to take the chance at opening up my world to somebody so they can take it. Not share it with you, but steal it from you. Mr. E, I know your pain, man. Spencer Stone, Pliskin, same here. Actually, just saw my narc murder involved method out. Cokehead X, what the fuck? Okay, we're done with that one. Robert France, just look at Ron Jeremy. Yeah, that's a perfect fucking example. This guy made his living in the pornography field. It looks like a tree trunk with a dick. You know, I don't understand the fascination. I really don't. But Ron Jeremy gets fucking Me Too'd from porno bitches. So it's like that there's no standard whatsoever. Whatsoever. Just disgusting. Trump, Kavanaugh, Thomas, Dillon, Crosby, Tyson, Bryant, etc. They're looking for a check. And that's what it was used for. That's what it was used for. MGTOW Cowboy, Hammerhand. Do you like motorcycles? I do. I don't own one. The only motorcycle I've got is a 12 scale model, nice 250 sitting up there. Fortis King since Wonder Bread. Mr. E, what the duck? Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW, how much is your freedom and lifestyle worth? It's worth nothing to her, absolutely nothing, except what she can get from you, what she can steal from you, or manipulate you out of. No thanks. No thanks. Let me tell you, you know what I want from a woman that cannot be delivered? It's not resting between her legs. That's not what I want from a woman. I want loyalty, empathy, sacrifice, dedication. Good fucking luck finding it. Good luck. I have never found it. Even in the ones that I was with, they were just there because it was convenient. And I found out the hard way that it was just because it was convenient. Those things that I mentioned, they're gone. They're gone. You can tell that the female populace is circling the fucking drain. Go to TikTok. You can tell that the female populace is circling the drain. No, that wasn't the Matrix or a glitch. It needed to be repeated. That rhymed, and I did not mean for that to rhyme. Mr. E, they are all bottom feeders. David Smith, there's no real consequences in this world. That's not true. That's not true. If you've got a swinging dick, there's consequences every day, all day. All day. Prisons are filled with consequences. These females aren't capable of or takes responsibility of self-reflection. No. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they do that? When there are fucking suckers all over the world that are willing to take these average ass bitches and fly them anywhere. Fly them out to fuck them and then send them home. And the audacity of a female that meets you in this fashion and then says, no, we're not, I'm not here for sex. What did you think was going on? Like, bitch, what the fuck did you think? Do you really think somebody's going to pick you up on Instagram, fly you to another state or country, and not fuck you? Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Come on. AutoZone. And it just jumped. Fuck me. Sorry about that, AutoZone. Tico Trend Red Pill. That's probably asking for too much. Yeah, it probably is. Silver Bullet. Not again. Anyhow. Hammerhand. David Smith. Taking not takes. Twisted Minds and Sweet Tea. Harley is all I know. Harley motorcycle or Harley Quinn? MGTOW Life, Master Wrench. I almost bought one at Fortis King. I think we're talking about motorcycles. Okay. Mr. Pliskin, resource hogs is an understatement. Chris Sherman, just in a hurry to meet Jesus. Earth is overrated. Don't be in too much of a hurry, man. Slow down and enjoy your life. Enjoy every breath that you have. Enjoy every breath that you have. If you don't, everything's just kind of a waste. And fuck that, you know? Fuck that. You got to be here. You got to enjoy that. Those recordings you threw up, Hammer, were enlightening to say the least. What those recordings were for, the purpose that those recordings, I knew I was going to make those recordings. I knew that. As soon as she contacted me, I knew that it was an opportunity to show who, what, when, and where. I knew that. And I wanted people to hear that. Now, some folks took umbrage with the fact that I did that. And I hear you, but the opportunity to get that shit in the raw, in the moment, I couldn't pass that up. Couldn't pass that up. I knew that she was there to fucking use me. I knew that. I mean, come on, man. You listen to the recording, it's almost embarrassing. You know, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's incredible. Do you see my thighs? Can you fix my car? That's almost how it went. That's almost how it went. Jumping into my fucking car, slashed up fucking jeans, throwing titties and ass everywhere, trying to entice a motherfucker. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But do you know how many guys that shit works on? Because they still cannot control their biology. They cannot get it in their head that this is not a gift. It's not a gift. It's a fucking pitchfork in the ass. It's not a gift. Somebody starts throwing ass at you, it's not a gift. It's a lure. It's a lure. They're trying to catch something. And you've got to keep that in mind. That white picket fence, 2.5 kids and a dog, that shit's a fantasy. We accuse them daily about them living that Disney princess life. Well, we live that life too, just in a different way. And we got to get a hold of ourselves, man. We got to start figuring things out. And I think that we're making good progress. I think that we're headed that way. I really do. I believe that. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time. James Von Maxwell, Master Wrench, at Twisted Tea. I'm thinking maybe an Indian. Harley is always top shelf choice, however. Scuba Cat, I think it's fun and funny to wear expensive stuff because the masses only see material. I can get draped up if I need to, if I want to. I have a lot of fun putting on expensive clothes, but I don't own many expensive clothes. But it's always a fucking gas to watch how people respond to you. You know, it's really eye-opening, and it kind of fucking sucks. Kind of sucks that people are so drawn to that type of life. Vanish Mantle 4. I'm working on controlling my biology. I have been filling up my time with hobbies like building Gundam model kits or making my own game. Man, the Gundam kits are an awesome thing to do. If you learn Gunpla, you can really get into some serious shit with that. That's a nice hobby right there. Solitude is profit. The subject of women is them. It always has been and it always will be. Mr. Pliskin, gentlemen, why do I have an R33 GTR parked in their living room? Because I'm going my own way. Damn right. Luke Chase, I can control my biology, so she will not get me. Any of them, period. Plain and simple. Gents, 3 hours and 15 minutes, 345 of you crazy some of my bitches still hanging on. 651. Hey, man, I appreciate all that love. I really do. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And like I always say, or I try to say, every day above dirt is a good day. Don't take your life for granted. Don't take for granted the next breath that you get. Fill them lungs up. Go outside and feel the night air. If you can, if you won't get fucking shot or some bullshit like that. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. I always have. And one more shameless shill for Pop Culture Rocks. That is going to be the new pop culture and entertainment channel that I just started. And I would appreciate your sub. I really would. The faster I can get that thing to 1,000, the faster we can start interacting on that platform. And minimal politics. Unfortunately, politics are being infused into pop culture. So there will be some crossover, but it won't be the focus of the channel. We'll get on there and we'll talk movies, music, games, any goddamn thing, pop culture, anything. And I'm good with that. And I hope to see you guys over there. And I hope to see that 1,000 subs. And if we get it tonight, I'll just be happy as fuck. And thank you very much. Jens, we're going to end this one. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you to the Master Wrenches for keeping it clean and awesome and wonderful. And what an intelligent, respectful chat we had tonight. I really enjoyed this chat and I enjoyed this time. It didn't seem like it was 3 hours, 3.25 hours. It really didn't. Peace out, gents. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the next one.